on today's show, we're going to be talking about, well, we have a confessional from an anonymous user. The first time you realize you had a type, how your religious views have changed over your lifetime, and also a question from a user about something that I haven't read yet. What's it about, Mara?
It's about relationships.
It's about relationships. Yes, we'll get to it. I'm your host, Barbara Dunkelman, and with me today I have...
Max.
Oh.
Cookie.
We always see.
Yeah.
I'm Griffin Ramsey.
Ramsey.
It's me.
Mariel.
It's your boy.
Did you forget?
I've been
needed
so
reminding?
bad. No, I've been so bad. I try and think of a tagline like every time, but I always think of it as the show's starting. And I'm like, fuck, and then I just didn't do it this time. I'm sorry.
I mean, I couldn't even get my name out, so.
It's okay. I mean, you got the first part.
Yeah.
I have a question about that, by the way. Do you always call yourself Max Cookie?
No, just online because, like, if you try to spell my last name, it's like
It's Kremke, right?
Kremke, but there's like how many unnecessary consonants in the back of it? It's
lot,
like
a lot.
K-R-U-E-M-C-K-E. Like, imagine trying
What
to
is that?
like.
Is that Polish?
German.
It's German. Yeah.
German for cookie?
German for cookie.
Kremke.
Yeah, it's not cookie.
No, it's not. I don't know what it's for. But yeah.
Dunkelman is also German.
Oh.
Yeah, it means dark man.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense.
Just like you.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like me. All right, well, let's do our shot. This one is the Screaming Orgasm, ladies. And it's submitted by Morgan W. And it has Irish cream liqueur.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah. The kiff.
Amaretto coffee liqueur. And vodka. They'll be listed there. I can't say anything.
Screaming orgasm.
Do you have to
Screaming orgasm.
make a moaning sound whenever you do?
I think when
You
you,
have to
finish it.
scream.
Okay.
When you finish it.
Wait, we finished it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever we finish it.
Ah.
Is that what you sounded?
Ah.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about this shot is that Texas came up and he brought it over and he was like, I haven't made this shot in 10 years and I feel like I should be serving a bachelorette party.
Which you
It
are.
was delicious.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. It was absolutely delicious.
Well, we had to
Very good.
pick a shot specifically that Max could have because someone doesn't like fruit.
Someone very, I don't know, it's not hypocritically, it's
Ironic.
ironically, no fruit. It really
I'm sorry.
grosses
What
me
is
out.
ironic about that?
Because he's fruity, maybe?
No.
Oh, I gotcha.
He laughs with his hands.
Like, you laugh with your hands. That's what we're calling it.
Yeah,
Laughs
we
with
did
his
that
hands.
during the walkthrough.
That
Yeah.
mustache, though, it doesn't make you look fruity at all.
No,
No, it's actually kind
that's
of.
masculine.
It makes him look fruity for little boys,
Oh,
maybe.
is that like the pedo stash? I like it.
I
Like,
don't.
you look like a real grown up.
don't like it.
It's got a straight 50-50 on it. Like nobody can really make up their minds about it. But the difference is that I can't grow like this, which would be great. Because then it's like, oh, why work out? You know, you can just have a defined beard line.
Yeah, just hide on your chin fat.
Yeah, no, don't have that. So the only option is here or here
Okay.
or here.
we should
So
not-
it can form like a 90s goatee, and unfortunately, that's just not the rage right now.
Yeah.
What about like neither?
I feel. I
I mean,
feel
it could be, but I look like I don't know, like
Very
an
dope.
old 14-year-old.
He looks old for his age.
Yeah.
He looks very grown up.
All right, well, let's start things off with a confessional, and I am very excited about this one. This was anonymously submitted, and this person writes, I assume it's a guy. I don't know if they
I
said
think so, yeah.
I would masturbate in the middle of class in middle school since I was a weird, horny kid that for some reason had no fear about it. I'd just stick it under my shirt and just go to town. And there wasn't any mess from my memory because I'd just stop before the point of sploogage.
Can you spell that?
Sploogage. Is that sploogage?
Sploogage. Sploogage. Sploogage.
Sploogage.
Sploogage.
Wow. Bold.
Yeah.
Yeah, and number
Dirty.
one, everybody noticed that.
Oh, 100%.
Like everybody saw that kid over there doing that. And it's funny because I have a personal story, not about masturbating in class, but freshman year of high school, I remember doing this now, and I always cringe thinking about it. For some reason, I was like in history class, and I think it would be fun to touch like the underside of my chair, and it was one, like those like plastic chairs.
You're gonna say the underside of your balls.
No. It was like the back side of my chair. Like it was like a
balls
big
are like cleaner.
Yeah, it was like a big plastic butt, and I would.
Oh, I know what kind of chair you're talking about.
But
You know the
And I would like touch
It
it,
does feel like a butt.
and I would like touch it like probably more than I probably should. And then later I was like, everybody's making fun of me for doing this.
Well, like how would you touch it? Like sensual?
No, I mean
Like,
just like, but I mean like
go
imagine
reach
sitting in front of like somebody who's doing that, and you're like, that person's touching their butt through a chair.
I mean, were you getting hard?
No, it wasn't even about that. I have no idea what it was about. I was trying to adjust to public school life. It was,
it's hard for you.
That's
I'm
why those.
tired.
They didn't have those
Private
nice
school kids
plastic
didn't fit.
chairs.
Yeah. They didn't know about the butt
they
chairs.
didn't have that.
It's a newfound respect that they had for the chairs in school.
What's the
whole
most risque place you've ever masturbated, or scenario?
Scenario?
Maybe not place.
I honestly think, well, I chose that confessional because I may or may not have masturbated in my high school bathroom before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like
And
in
I was
the
also
stall or like
Oh, in
like
the stall.
full rogue.
just on the stage,
Doing it!
going down. Everyone who walks in, they're just like, what? What?
Look at me.
Don't you
Barbara.
leave. Don't leave.
Maintain eye contact.
No, it was in the stall. But
It's
yeah,
always convenient for girls to get it done elsewhere.
Yeah, no.
it's not.
You need candles. You need.
Is that what happened?
I just need Facebook and few
Facebook?
profile pictures.
Oh,
No, Facebook is like the best porn ever.
really?
I think so, yeah.
I've had this
Because they have the
discussion.
emotional connection.
I've had this discussion
This is
before.
like people you know, or like random Facebook profiles that you'd come across.
Why would you be offended?
No, I'd be honored.
offended if I'm. I don't think we're.
Yeah, I'd say I better have been the subject of 1 or 2 or 7.
or 11.
I don't think I've ever masturbated to you, actually. I'm sorry, but I will think about it.
Start now.
I'm gonna have to up my Facebook images. game.
Barbara has posted 270 new pictures.
Yeah, there's
And they're
no
all like
bikini.
this.
The album's just like Griffin, please.
No, desperation's the turn off.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Griffin.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't care about you, Griffin.
Like, this is for somebody else.
This is for all the people who have crushes on me and
Yeah.
want to date me.
This is for them.
Sorry.
No, I see. We've talked about this before, and I don't think that Facebook is necessarily the way to go when you need some like baiting material.
Wait, what are you going for?
Well, I mean, just like good old-fashioned porn.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. That's
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like
So
there's a lot of it. It's all there. You don't know anybody that's in it. Probably.
Do you want a recommendation, actually?
Yeah.
Chatterbait.
Chatterbait?
Jeff turned me onto that. Yeah.
What is that?
It's like live video. It's like live stream porn. And you can like kind of chat with people, and then they have like perks. Like it's sort of almost like they generate their income that way. They're like, hey, if I get this many coins or whatever,
Like
I'll do
Camgirls?
this.
Yeah, it's like a cam girl site.
But it's sort of public and like, and lots of different varieties. Like there's some trans women, which I thought was pretty interesting, and like
Nice
Yeah.
and inclusive.
it's like it's sort of random, and you can follow, and then a certain amount that you donate. Not that I well anyway, certain amount. I know about this. So if you donate a certain amount, yeah, they'll follow you on like, or they'll add you on Snapchat, their private Snapchats,
Oh.
things like that.
Chatterbait.
Chatterbait.
So are you on camera too, or is it just them?
No. It's just a
Okay.
viewing thing. There's chat random. That's
We've
like
talked about
that's an
that.
exchange with the world. A random exchange.
Is it
I
kind
used
of
to
like
do it.
what, like Omegle?
Chat roulette.
Chat
or
roulette or
Omegle, yeah.
I used to do that all the time with my friends. We'd have sleepovers, and they would come over, and we would do. I'll get in a group and start going on chat roulette or Omegle.
Yeah.
And like every time we'd be like, dick, and like
Yeah.
skip it.
I've never seen a vagina on it. It's always dicks.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, you can find them.
I used to.
You gotta
to troll
keep like you
people.
gotta dig.
No, I used to troll people on Omegle too, and that was how I learned that my roommate at the time was maybe not super straight. was very weird.
Well, I'll tell
You
my,
found
I'll,
your roommate on a rich
No.
Kind of.
I'll tell my story
Yeah,
first,
yeah.
and then I want to hear your story.
Yeah.
But what I used to do, I had my webcam, and I would put it, I put it really close up to my eye, and I would squinch my eye really close and turn my head sideways so it looked like a vagina. And then I'd wait till them to like start masturbating, and then I'd go, boop, and I would open my
Dude, who's falling for that? That's creative.
That's
Oh my
amazing.
god.
All right, put that on Facebook and we'll
Yeah.
see this. Let's see this eyeball vagina.
How quickly would they like? Oh fuck! Like
It was just like the most like like
Maybe I'm into that. I don't know.
some eye porn.
yeah. So what would you do? What was your what was your trolling?
I'm not proud. Not proud of what we did.
More proud than pretending your eye was a vagina?
It was about on par. It'd be like it was on Omegle before there was cameras. So
Oh, they,
No, it's just the chat.
yeah, and it was just the chat. And so like I literally thought it was the funniest thing in the world to be like, yeah, I'm a 16-year-old girl. You want to do stuff with me? And they're like, yeah. And then I'm like, this report's been logged by the FBI. Your IP address is this. You're going to jail. And
oh my god.
but I mean, you know, also that I don't know. Am I like the
No.
Batman of Omegle?
I don't think so.
Also, like, what are people worried about? Like, what are they doing? Like, killing people on stream?
No, I like it was weird, and so basically, then my roommate, like we were having a fun night of doing that, and then my roommate was like, "Oh, I'll get on there," and I was like, "Okay," and because you know, like my whole shtick was like, "I'm a 16-year-old girl, you want to do stuff?" And that's like, meh.
FBI.
Yeah, FBI. And then he got on there and he was like, I'm an 18-year-old girl in Fort Collins, Colorado, and you know, just been thinking about a life outside of this world and just really trying to do it. And he's talking to this dude in Kobe, Japan, who does not speak English like super well.
That's a lot of backstory for somebody who doesn't speak English.
No, like, cause you could see it was like, it said Kobe, and it was like, and then they, like, he won't let us see his conversation that he's having with him. And we're like, well, you know, we're bored now, you know, we're drunk. And so then he's like, oh, I just ended it. Like, you should check it out. Like, it's funny. I trolled him. It was not a troll. He literally had, like, the entire emotional story between an 18-year-old girl in Fort Collins, Colorado, and this guy in Kobe, Japan, for the duration of at least 20 minutes, involving both meeting each other, getting to know each other, having sex.
Is he like an expert catfisher?
Yeah, that's catfishing.
Yeah.
First time he's ever done this.
Mm,
No.
he sounds pretty good at it.
No.
Some people are natural talent.
True.
Natural talent. And then at the end, you know how like most of those Omegle things is like, fuck you, bye.
Yeah.
Like this one ended with like, well, I hope you find your own way. Well, you know, you'll find your own way
Until
too.
we meet again.
Until we meet again, you know. It was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
It's
he failed.
beautiful.
It was very
That's-
touching,
yeah.
but I was like, you emulated an 18-year-old girl strikingly well.
Yeah.
So regarding this confessional,
Yes.
I'd say
People
I'd say,
probably
I'd
know.
say don't
Oh.
do that.
Don't do it. 100%
Probably
everyone
not.
knows about it.
This was a point. We had a point.
I think that was our point for that conversation. We're
yeah.
bringing it back around.
There was there was
probably
a girl
not.
in my high school, and there was a rumor that she would masturbate with like carrots that she brought home from lunch. And like, who knows if it was actually true? Someone probably saw her maybe doing something, and then that was like a
At
rumor that
school?
spread. Yeah, at school.
But with like something covering the carrots, hopefully.
And I don't
Or
know.
just, like,
that
the
was
carrots
just the
went
rumor
straight
that
up.
It was, you know.
You wash them,
She washed them and then she packed them,
right?
shoved them right.
You know what they say?
Just rinse them off a little.
Carrots are good for your
Why
eyesight.
would you need a carrot for that? Couldn't you find anything else around the house to do that?
I don't know. I think it was literally like she's taking her carrots to school for lunch, and she's using them for something else.
It seems like the worst shape ever. Ugh.
I know, it's like tapered.
No.
Maybe she's using like thicker end.
I've considered it, but I've never gone down that road.
You ate fruit and vegetables, so.
No, I mean vegetables I'm fine with. Let's be clear, vegetables are great. But have I ever put a vegetable inside myself? No.
Yeah, you have.
What? Okay, Barbara.
Fuck out of here.
God damn.
I would like to thank
IMDb.
MeUndies for sponsoring this episode of Always Open. Pride starts on the inside, so celebrate yourself with MeUndies. MeUndies makes the ultimate feel-good undies with free shipping right to your door, satisfaction guaranteed. MeUndies are designed in LA and made from sustainably sourced micromodal, a fabric 3 times softer than cotton. MeUndies' soft, stretchy undies come in an ever-changing array of colors and patterns. No matter what your style, they've got something for you. That's because MeUndies believes in people feeling good and being themselves, which is why MeUndies is putting their money where their underwear is during Pride Month. For every pair of special edition Celebrate undies you buy during Pride, MeUndies will donate $1 to the Los Angeles LGBT Center. Wow!
Exciting.
As if you need another reason to try MeUndies, they're offering 20% off your first pair and satisfaction guarantee that you'll love them or your money back. Just visit our URL, MeUndies.com/open. Head to MeUndies today and pick up a pair of special edition Celebrate undies. You'll not only get a discount on awesome undies, you'll also be donating to an amazing cause. Check out MeUndies.com/open today. Thank you. I love this cause.
Yeah, MeUndies is great.
No, that's pretty great.
It's so awesome. All right, well,
Important knowledge.
Let's move on to our My First Time question. And this one comes from Jonathan L. And Jonathan asks, what's your first time realizing you had a type? We actually talked a little bit about this before the show as well.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's funny for me because it's like, I mean, like, my realizing I had a type was basically realizing it's like, ooh, maybe it's not the ladies. But then, like, furthermore,
That's your type, not lady.
it was like, you know, most gays have like a type. They're like, oh, you know, I'm going for this. I'm just like, why don't we try it all? We got like the super short, we got like the super tall, we got like, you know, big, we got muscly. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Why not enhance your life with the variety?
So there's not like a type that you're attracted to?
He wants the sampler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like the sampler platter. But like there's more types, but like the funniest thing is that like almost all of my type would be like excluding myself or people that look like me.
Okay, so you wouldn't want to date someone that looked like you?
No.
You're avoiding mustaches like yours.
I mean, I'll
for a
take a
reason.
mustache, but no, like, yeah, like
Do you tend to
dudes
like
that
guys who are shorter, taller, like, or does that not matter to you?
no, I mean, like for me, it's like it's all around. Like I don't know.
Just a sampler.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like exciting. I think it's so upsetting to me when people are like, oh yeah, like because my friend was like, oh, you know, girls don't want to date me because I'm super short, and I was like, what the fuck is that about? And I was like, that can't be a thing. And then I looked
It's totally
on
a thing.
Tinder,
It's a thing.
It's a
and it
thing.
was totally a thing. And I was like, wow, that's some petty bullshit.
Well,
Join the gays.
it's weird. I mean, so I'm pansexual, and I do feel differently about the height thing.
Yeah.
Like, if it's a girl that's short, it doesn't really bother me. I guess in some ways, I think maybe I prefer it, maybe because it brings out maybe my more masculine side, which I know I don't want to like get too specific about gender because I know they're not totally connected, but with men, like I do prefer to be shorter. I guess because maybe it's those middle school insecurities because I was taller than all the boys I liked, and I just feel like an ogre woman around.
Well, I think it's a big part of femininity is feeling
Yeah.
smaller than.
I mean, I've hooked up with shorter for
Yeah.
sure, and it's been fine because if it's dark, you're not in public, and it's horizontal, then
Yeah, everyone's the same height when they're
it's pretty
horizontal.
much like.
More or less. So do you have a type?
Oh no, I'm kind of a sampler person too. I mean, I'm pansexual, and
Yeah.
I just want I
You got
just
like
want
the
everything.
full buffet. Like I'm locking
Everything,
myself off
yeah.
to like one side.
I have a really good friend who's also pansexual, and she talked about how she's attracted to someone's heart more than anything, and like their soul.
That's
And I know, it was like super, but she was just like,
That's the
honestly,
gayest shit I've ever heard.
All right.
she was like, as long as they have a good
All
heart
right.
and a nice smile, like I'm attracted to them.
All right, so
Okay,
Nice,
okay. Like,
nice
yes,
is-
we could all be floating in fucking. What is it?
Just vats of human.
Yeah, what is it? What are you trying to
Where
say?
are they? Where do My Little Pony fanatics? Somebody has to
You're
be
thinking
around
Care
here.
Bears.
No, where like they're in
like-
that like the world of rainbows and everything. Where
Friendship
they're just
is
like,
magic.
yeah, they're just like spurting magic and everything.
That's where she lives.
I spurt magic.
Yeah. No, like I mean,
Can't you
let's
tell?
if we're being shallow, like you can still be into like a diverse array
Sure.
while being shallow. I don't need to know about if you have
She
a
just
good
seems to
heart or
be
a
someone
great
who loves
smile.
everyone.
Well, but that's her type. my type
sure.
is funny. So that, and I think that funny and having, I think, and a good banter. Like,
Yeah.
it's nothing hotter than banter, I think. So, like, then it doesn't really matter like physical type. But I suppose that is more narrow. Like, if somebody, like, nice is like my least favorite quality. It's like the thing people
Duly
say.
noted.
People say, "Oh, they're nice," when they have nothing else
yeah.
to say. I'm
All
sorry,
my-
I think that's what it is.
nice.
Like,
All my Facebook pictures are gonna be like, "Fuck you,
Fuck you, Griffin.
I'm a bad boy."
you're the bad boy thing.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
No, but that's the thing. They always say
bad
that
girl.
women are attracted to assholes, and it's true because we misinterpret confident. Like, we like confident,
Yeah,
but asshole comes across confident a lot. So, like,
cocky.
yeah, confident, cocky.
I don't know, man. As also someone who is dates people of the same gender, I think you're just like not picky because it's like it's already hard enough sometimes
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get a date.
Well, but I know
Because
plenty
it's
of like gays that are like, no, like I've got to have this.
But there's a lot of
I've
I know,
got
and I know
this.
there's like the whole stigma with grinders that like there's like masks for mask, and like I don't want to date you if you're not white and tall, and like all
Or,
this other stuff.
my other favorite that's like really offensive, and I'm like, why do we still do this on Grindr? Like when people are like, no blacks, no femmes, and I'm like, ooh, that's like so many layers of problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, why would you discount somebody on any factor about what they're like, who they are as a person, before you get to know them?
That's true, but it's also good to know, right? Like, for the people looking at the profiles, like, asshole, fuck.
Well, yeah, I
no,
know.
good
It
to know,
is
like,
good
right
to
away.
know. It's like the people that are like you must be like. Whenever my friend was showing me like his Tinder, like like people, and it was like, you must be 6'4" or above, and otherwise I don't care. And it was like, well, don't need to message that person
There
because they're not.
There was a thing I remember. I was on Tinder for like maybe a month at one point when I was single a few years ago, and I remember that a lot of profiles that I looked at were just like 6'1" if it matters,
Yeah.
6'2" if it matters, 5'9" if it matters. It always said if it matters. It's like you're putting it because you think it matters. Like,
Yeah.
Well, but it seems like there's a lot of women that have put that on their profile, which is like, it's really just, like, I get it. I'm like, I guess that there's this like classical perception of like, oh, I don't want to be with a man who's shorter than me, but also like, the fuck does that matter?
Yeah.
I am a person who my type is tall guys.
You have a very specific type though, don't you? Like,
I-
you don't like. Didn't you say last night you were like, I don't like blondes?
So yeah, I've never been attracted to blonde guys before, except maybe like one or two here and there.
Yeah.
I definitely have a type. It's usually tall, a little muscular, not too muscular, dark hair, and either light eyes or dark eyes. But that's usually my type,
Yeah.
and usually Caucasian.
Either light or dark eyes. What is the other option there?
I'm
She does
saying
not,
like,
she does not no
Either
middle range
or.
eyeballs.
It could go either way.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's like
No eyeballs.
Like I dated.
No eyeballs. Zero eyeballs. Very tall.
sunken.
Very imposing. No eyeballs. That's what we like.
But okay, I say that's my type, but like I dated a guy for 6 years who was shorter than me, had red hair and brown eyes. I dated a guy for 2 years who was
Patrick
tall.
Matthews?
No, but it does sound like him.
What's it, Patrick?
I don't think he's my type for a few reasons. But then I
He
dated.
gets a little tipsy though, like
Oh,
he
he's
doesn't see.
anyone's
He's
type.
not
He does
quite.
turn
so-
straight
will,
when he's
yeah,
tipsy.
he
He
gets
will
a little
ask to see
straight.
my vagina when he turns when he turns drunk. But then I dated a guy who was taller than me and had like 3 foot long dreadlocks for 2 years. And then I've been through like different types of guys, and I realized like maybe I don't have a type when it comes to actually dating, but maybe just who I find attractive right off the bat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's totally it. So that's
Yeah.
the thing that isn't that weird? Because like I find that too in my experience in the past, where the people that I've dated for or been married to, for instance, for years and years and years. No, I mean Jeff is he's totally my type. And then if I check out people, and honestly, he looks like most men in Austin.
What makes him your type?
Well, if he's funny. So that was the first thing. And we had a great banter immediately. So we had like this text conversation, like just like AIM.
Yeah.
And we hadn't met in person, so we had a blind date. But before that, we had the little banter, and it was just like perfect.
Yeah. You could tell when it's like you have a good back and forth.
Yeah, and I really took it for granted. I think
How
I
hard
took
that
it
is
for
to
granted.
find.
Yeah, it's hard. I think it's really hard to find. And the thing about Jeff that's not to turn this whole thing into him, because who cares about him?
Let's praise Jeff some more.
But
That's what we're about.
he was just, I like people who can just take leaps of faith and jump into things. And like, I like people who are brave. Like, I like brave people. And so he was adventurous right away. He was like, immediately like, yeah, okay, like, I'm not ready for a relationship. I'm not either, but we were both like, all right, we're there. Like, it wasn't like this whole, I'll wait and like text in 8 hours so I seem cool. And like, oh, I'll wait until 8 hours to text so I seem cool. Like, it was none of that shit. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
So like,
Playing games, basically.
He was just like present. So that's like presence, banter, funny. And then he's also hot and has tattoos, so that helped.
I didn't know if that
Barbara,
Dark hair.
need tattoos.
Yeah.
Dye your hair.
Fuck you.
He's gonna be a bad boy
mascara.
now.
We can do a temporary hair mascara.
Okay.
First for the picture.
It's funny me saying I'm not into blondes, but I'm blonde.
Yeah.
It's just,
No, I get that. I was never
So-
blonde guys either, but some people change your mind.
yeah, for sure. I've seen some hot blondes.
Well, so to summarize, all of us very open, very progressive, no types. You, a little bit of a type.
Again, it's just who I'm attracted to off the bat. But again, I think
you date is different.
ultimately, it's a.
See it up close now.
I did. It is sense of humor. I think is the
Yeah.
number one. If
Yeah.
I can
No,
have that
yeah.
banter with someone and that connection and like just they're easy to talk to.
I think connection is just everything. Like, and it is, when it happens, it feels so really good because I think it's really increasingly rare.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because I haven't really done the dating app thing. But I wonder, like, if, because we have photos and like, oh, this lines up and like this person likes this and this lines up in my categories. And yes, like, no, this, like, can you really find like a genuine connection in that? I think that you need to
right
keep
off.
your mind
I think
open and
you
go
have to
explore.
keep on talking.
Maybe
Yeah.
not
Just
right
meet
off
him in
the bat.
person.
I mean, I met like so. Every person that I've ever dated is completely different from the next. Like physically, the most important thing was the connection that we had.
Yeah.
So like when I was on Tinder and like different dating profiles, I always mentioned I like the show that I love, which is Broad City. And I would just like, oh, like this is what I want you, like talk to me about this. And that's the first thing like my girlfriend did. She was just like, oh, like I love that show. Like, who's your favorite character? And we went off from there. And then like, that's the first time that so quickly I was like, let's meet up. Like we obviously have something to was on Tinder and like different dating profiles, I always mentioned I like the show that I love, which is Broad City. And I would just like, oh, like this is what I want you, like talk to me about this. And that's the first thing like my girlfriend did. She was just like, oh, like I love that show. Like, who's your favorite character? And we went off from there. And then like, that's the first time that so quickly I was like, let's meet up. Like we obviously have something like in common. But yeah, man, everyone that I've dated looks so different physically that I can't.
It's funny because I, like a couple years ago when I first moved to Austin, I joined Match.com. And there was a guy who I matched with, and we were talking a while, and like I got his number and we started texting, and the texting was so good, great back and forth.
Texting was so.
It was so,
Yeah.
but like great back and forth. He was really fucking funny, and like it was just like I was like, oh I really like this guy. And then we met up in person. It was like talking to a brick wall.
Oh no.
He gave good texting. And
Good he gave real good text.
Well, I met up with my man through OkCupid.
Oh yeah.
And it was totally like we had both first joined, like it was like we hadn't messaged that many people, and it was like we were among one of the first people that we had messaged on OkCupid, and I was just kind of like, oh, like you seem interesting, but like also whatever. Like, like I was like, I just came out, like I'm not looking for a relationship.
That's like the classic. I'm totally getting into a relationship.
No, and it was because I was like not out for that long, and I was just like, oh, like whatever, we'll see how that goes. And then it was funny because then like the texting back and forth, like I remember it was just like super witty and super funny, and then like the hanging out was cool, and then like me drunk texting, like normally that's embarrassing, but it was like I was like, oh, he's cool with it. 5 years.
He can put up with me.
5 years.
Almost 6. Jesus.
Oh my God, girl.
And you didn't want to get into a relationship.
I didn't want to get into a relationship, and we're still considering. Just 6 years, but we're trying it out.
Are you? Are you public about your relationship status?
Yeah.
You are?
We
You're married.
But you're
Not looking
still-
for a relationship.
You're still working it out.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
At the beginning of the year, we haven't done the ceremony or the rings yet. We wanted to get married.
Thursday.
I picked mine out.
Gonna borrow mine.
Sure.
Oh, there you go.
That's it. That's the one.
Oh, gorge. Don't try to
Barely
squeeze it
fits
on.
on there.
It's like a mid-knuckle ring.
Yeah. We were basically like we'd been planning on it. We were gonna do it this year, but also it's like it's the advent of the Trump presidency. All rules are off. We don't know what's going on. They might change the rules on us.
Yep.
Safest
knows?
way, get it on paper, be cool.
Yeah.
And then plan the ceremony and the everything else.
Yep.
Which at first I was like, oh no, we're doing this all in backwards. And then it was funny because met like so many other people that were like, yeah, did the exact same thing. And I was like,
Wait, I love that you say like you're doing it backwards, but you're like, I don't know.
well, yeah, but it's like you're.
Well, yeah, but
it
it's
is-
not the traditional direction.
It's like,
It's
yeah.
not traditional in any way.
No, and that's the other problem is that like all of marriage has all of that problem of like, especially like the ceremony and everything like comes down to like, you don't think it affects you until you get up into it, and then it's like, oh no, I want a big party with everybody there, and no, we should celebrate it, and it's like, oh well, like no, like you want that, but like you don't have to do it in the exact same way that everybody like else does it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I make a recommendation? Because I'm just full of those.
Go for it. I love it.
Go away. I mean, do it the whole.
Just fucking leave, Max. Get out of here.
No,
Go away.
Get out of here.
no. What I'm saying.
Put the door right
What I'm
there.
saying.
Get out.
We had a relatively inexpensive, casual sort of wedding. Like it was just ridiculous and casual. We had like pizza. It was crazy. We had like other stuff too. Fairly small.
What is the other
this is
stuff? Is
all
that like
on my wedding.
mushrooms?
This is
Is that like heroin? What are we talking about
How
over
was
here?
Griffin and Jeff's wedding? We had pizza.
I'll sum it up super
And other
fast.
stuff.
I just don't want to dominate the whole day talking about fucking Jeff.
Go for it. We're
Okay.
there.
We had wedding cupcakes. We had the groom's cake was a volcano cake with dinosaurs and flames. We had the band was a one-man band from the streets of Austin. Our photographer was this guy that would just walk around with this old-fashioned Polaroid camera, and he had like the little press hat or whatever, like cartoon style.
Adorable.
And he would walk around, and his
So
party favors were these photos, these Polaroids. We had a 12-year-old magician. We had a puppet show
I want to go
about
to your
the beginning
wedding.
of our relationship.
Can we time travel to it?
Re-invite
But it was very like, this is what we're doing. Like, let's keep it cheap and casual. It was
Yeah.
75 people, like not a ton of people. It was still fucking expensive. Like anything
Yeah.
you say, this is a wedding, they're like, oh, that'll be an extra $1,000 for no reason.
Yeah.
It's a wedding, an extra $1,000 for no reason. Just like take the money and run. That's my suggestion.
Go away.
I'm just gonna sell my body.
Go away.
Just go away. I just love the way you phrase it. You're just like, go away.
That was it was meant to sound wistful, like
Get outta
go away. But I don't have that voice. So
Get the fuck out.
No, I mean, I understand the wanting everyone there and the big wedding and
No, I don't
just
really
so much money.
I don't really necessarily want that. It was also like the other two things that occurred to me was like I used to do wedding videography with Josh, by the way.
Are you serious?
We had a company called Photographic Memories, and
Oh.
we did weddings together.
You need to resurrect that and tag him in all the photos.
I
Yes.
know. I'll have to find it. I made pamphlets. It was great. And it was funny because the first wedding we ever filmed, the perfect wedding. Like it was like really rich couple, really young hot couple, big, super gigantic, beautiful church. You know, their reception's on a glass box on the lake. They've got everything. And like you would be like, fuck those people. But they were super nice and like really charismatic. And I was like, all right. Okay, I think we gotta be cool with this. And we filmed a beautiful video with them. And yeah, every video we filmed after that one perfect wedding
was worse.
Just everything just paled in
It was an I'll
comparison.
settle for you wedding. Like, it was like life's a game of musical chairs and I don't want to die alone. So like let's just fucking do this. Done. It was rough.
Oh my god. I love it.
So this is gonna sound really weird, but there was a short period of my life a couple years ago where I was debating whether or not I wanted to get married at all. But me being the selfish person I am, still wanted to have like a party and like actually do the wedding dress and like everything like
Marry
that.
yourself. That's a thing. It's a trend.
Thought about that.
I did that, but I was thinking, is it really weird and kind of shady if you have a wedding and like do everything but like aren't actually married? Like you just do.
Yes.
It's shady.
It's lying.
Yeah. But but people don't have to know.
Oh yeah, that's the thing about lying. It's successful if you can pull it off. But if you can't, you're a liar. Everyone knows that.
And everyone knows it.
Okay.
And you just have to go away.
So good luck
Okay.
with your project.
Well,
this is not a good start.
If you guys are invited to my wedding in the future, just know it may or may not be real.
I think just like kind of adopt like a really lackadaisical persona about it and be like, yeah, I'm marrying Patrick Matthews and
My first boyfriend
I don't
ever.
know, I think it'll work out, but like maybe I won't.
Tee-hee.
And then, you know.
If you're willing to pay
That's
for
what we're
it
able
and
to do.
have the open bar, we'll be there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Like that's actually way better because you will have way more fun if you're not emotionally attached to the experience.
I'm just saying.
And people hook up at weddings, so you'll do well.
Oh yeah.
As the bride.
Especially if it's my own wedding.
Right.
Oh my God, that's actually the best move ever because it's like people like to feel important. You be like, well, I really love this man, but I'm so into you and I just can't stop myself. That's the best pickup
This
line.
is the last night of my single life.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Be like,
you can get Patrick all dolled up and he'll
why do you? Why Patrick? Why are you?
because it's the safest
No,
choice.
no one's gonna believe it because they know she's not into shorter people. Not.
Well, you dated him for.
We'll get him some platform boots. platform.
Got him on
Have another drink.
platform.
Have another drink, Max.
I will. I absolutely will.
Should we just move on to the last topic, or should we do?
Isn't that the last topic?
No, we got the religious piece question. Dave.
We can maybe save that for post.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what. Let's get a little drunker and then we'll talk religion.
Okay. Cool. All right. So let's move on to our final.
I do.
Oh my god. Now
that's
go
fake.
away.
Fake marriage.
There's on the
Get
wrong
outta here.
hand. Psych.
Perfect.
Oh, that was the most adorable psych I've ever seen. All right.
I'm from the 90s. Actually, I'm from the 80s.
Barbara,
but
you're working
I
this
remember
hard.
the 90s better.
Radical. I know.
You're
Squeezing my win there. Let's check out my Facebook later. All right, so we're gonna do our last segment of the evening, which is our sexpertise question, and this one is anonymously submitted. I'm currently in a long-distance relationship that makes me really happy most of the time, but has one major issue: communication. My boyfriend has expressed to me that I am the one on multiple occasions, and I really do believe him. However, he sometimes goes through these quite long-lasting phases where it seems like he can't be bothered to talk to me. I have had a really hard time expressing my emotions and voicing my concerns to him, or anyone for that matter, because it makes me feel really vulnerable and weak. Instead, I just become super depressed and angry by myself for days and days until I work up the courage to briefly mention how I feel in a way that never seems to be taken seriously. I know this isn't healthy for me, and I know that my boyfriend can't understand how I feel unless I express myself fully, but I don't know how to let those walls down. How would you suggest getting over the phobia of opening yourself up to others?
Yeah.
By Anonymous. That's intense.
Yeah.
That is intense.
And I feel for this person
Yeah.
big time because I know how it feels to try to express yourself and feel like you're silly for trying to do that.
Yeah.
And how like, oh, you're silly for thinking that or for feeling that, and it's someone trying to downplay your emotions.
Yeah.
It's a really bad feeling.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not a good sign in a relationship.
Yeah.
and especially with long distance.
Communication is all you have in a long
Yeah,
distance.
long distance, it's like, it's all about communication. And so it's like, yeah, like, I need you to be consistent on communication. But then it's like, you can't just say, like, tell them to, you know, be cool with the communication. Because it's like, it's not that easy. If they could do that, then they would've.
I had someone give me some really good advice recently. And I think about it all the time now, where you should never be with someone who makes you feel silly for something that you want or something that you think is important in a relationship. The person who you're with should always be understanding and like validating your opinion and realizing that that's what's important to you and that they should respect that and not making you feel vulnerable because of it.
Yeah.
I think that is a process sometimes that like not everyone's there perfectly and they don't always understand what you, especially if this person is having trouble communicating it, then let's give the other person the benefit of the doubt that they may not even know. But I think the thing that worries me about that is the disappearing for days or however long.
Yeah.
If long distance relationship is primarily communication. So that would be the thing that I would worry about. And I've been there too. Not on the one hand feeling the whole validation thing, but also just the ghosting. We talked about ghosting earlier. My advice is harsher and more cynical. I feel like if you look at for sales, for instance, creating value, a sense of value. When you're always there and present and giving, and if somebody's not giving back, if you keep giving, that becomes the standard. You know, like. And so if somebody isn't giving you enough, granted, the conversation should happen first.
Yeah.
The open communication should happen first. But if the person still isn't giving enough, then maybe it's time to create more competition for that person. Seriously, because you are worth it. And if there's somebody out there, like, not to say that the solution is other people, the solution is always yourself and being confident. But if you don't feel like you're getting enough back, then you have to communicate it first, give them the benefit of the doubt. But you can also, if you are providing everything immediately and you're not expecting enough back and not communicating what you want, people aren't going to give you what you want.
Yeah.
And then if you find that when you communicate it and they're not giving you what you want, then you need to like
Maybe
find someone or find something or find a way to get what you want without them necessarily if they're not there to match you.
Yeah. You should be with someone who wants to be with you as much as you want to be with them and express that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in that situation, but on the other side where it just wasn't a relationship that I wanted, so I kept on trying to distance myself, and it wasn't until...
Oh my God, you were the ghoster.
I'm
Yeah.
the ghoster, yeah.
Asshole.
just once. But yeah, no, and it was just a thing where it was like, I'm giving you enough hints, why can't you take them? So then we were in a relationship for, like another year and a half. But, because I don't know how to say no.
Yeah.
But it, like you said, it wasn't until that, like, we did kind of actually break up, and then she started talking to someone else, and then I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, and then I slowly realized, oh, this isn't what I want anyway. So, like,
Well, you were providing enough.
Yeah.
And so she found it elsewhere.
Yeah.
That is honestly how most people and animals work. No, I mean,
Yeah.
we all deserve to be happy on this planet before we die.
For sure.
And we need to be conscious of how much time we have on the planet.
And the other thing I would...
On the planet, but not after we're all dead.
Unless we leave the planet if we're an astronaut, but most people aren't.
Pretty cool. No, and the other thing I would say to this person is that, like, people can be super oblivious, speaking as a person who is super oblivious in a relationship sometimes. Like, it's basically like, oh, like, that bothered you? Oh, yeah, you did mention that, like, 5 times here and there. But I didn't pay attention.
Wait, what?
Doing other stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, people can be oblivious, so it's not always that, like, they're actively doing something malicious towards
Right.
you.
Yeah.
It just might be the fact that they're so involved in their own little stupid world that they're not paying attention to you. And it's still not okay, but at least when it comes down to the intention when you're putting it in your mind, it's like, it's not somebody who is trying to hurt you. It's just maybe somebody who, like, doesn't exactly have the time to, like, put towards you. Yeah.
But that's good, important to find out too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, and
And
what
if
you're
it's something
saying-
that you need,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be willing to give that up.
Yes, but you should also examine your needs and like how much are you expecting another person to make you happy all the time and fix all your problems?
sure.
You know, so like it's kind of a lot of pressure. And the thing with the long distance thing too, it is all communication, so it's important. But people do have lives. And it is really easy to get caught up in your day-to-day, what's in front of you. So like, I guess it is probably good to give the benefit of the doubt in that sense too, because they might just be super busy.
Or just not fully realize, be oblivious
Yeah,
to actually
exactly.
what you
Like,
want.
if I took 2 seconds to send a little
Yeah.
message, then we're good.
But then again, if they continue to be oblivious, do you keep them around?
Yeah.
Max?
Oh no, like I would be the first to admit it. When it comes to being oblivious, it's like I'm just like, wow, like whenever I'm like with Brandon, I'm just like you're so focused, you can remember things, and like numbers mean something to you. Like, good Lord, what a hell you've arrived in. Like with a man who's just like, numbers are quantum, so they don't mean anything, and yeah, maybe we're doing this, maybe we're doing that, maybe we're doing something else, maybe somebody said something a second ago at the bus stop. Let's go. Yeah, no, it would be very difficult to be in a relationship with me, but
But someone is. Someone's married to
we
you.
found it. We found
You
it.
found the one person.
the one.
Yeah, okay, Cupid.
Yeah.
That could happen for you too.
Okay, Cupid.
But yeah, basically, she says
Sponsored,
that
but not.
she says that she wants to express herself fully, but doesn't know how to let the walls down. And I would say, like, you gotta.
Well, but letting walls
I
down
think
is a hard
walls are
thing.
important.
Well, no, and I don't have walls, but I know people who have walls.
I got
you have walls?
I got a lot of walls.
You gotta get
You got
some
a lot of
fucking
walls?
walls because
Do you
people
have
are
walls?
fucking shitty.
I have
Get some walls.
I have walls until I let someone in, and I think that she needs, like, if they're at the point where they've been dating for a while and they think each other are the one, you gotta let them in.
Well, okay, but here's no offense, but you said anonymous, so I can say whatever I want to say. So I'm not concerned about your
Get 'em,
feelings,
girl.
anonymous. All right. Action and words are different.
Yeah.
You can say you're the one, but if you don't talk for days, you're not acting like I think you're the one.
Yeah.
And also, I don't really believe in the one personally, but we'll get to that later, maybe.
Maybe on the post show.
Yeah, no, but actions. That's
louder.
if I have to communicate anything to you in
louder.
all my years of wisdom, actions.
Just that'll be the
It's super
title of the
important.
message.
Like people can say a lot. Some people are fucking good at sweet talking, but actions are like super important.
Yeah, but I do think it's important if they're thinking about even taking that step or furthering that relationship, and her already thinking, oh, like I feel vulnerable, I can't express myself. Like you gotta be able to talk to your significant other about how you're feeling.
And
At
if they
least.
Yeah.
care about you, they
Well,
want to hear it.
And
Yes.
and the other thing is that you like, because like how I've learned that I'm married to somebody who has plenty of walls. You know, like my way to get through that is like, you know, just like incessant hammering. Like, I know there's a wall here. We're getting through it. And so like the person that's right for you will spend the time to really deconstruct that wall and fight that wall.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how Laura and I are. I'm the one with the walls, and she's like, all right, I know something's bothering you. We have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. We have to talk
And
about
does
it.
she incessantly annoy you until the point where you're like,
well, it's always-
like you're like, I'm not gonna do this
For-
now, but later it's
I'm,
my
I'm
own
horrible
idea.
about talking about my feelings.
Yeah.
With, you know, especially with someone like that. But it's like, she just, at first it'll always be like, well, it's nothing. It's no big deal. Because I feel stupid. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm upset about this thing, but it's a dumb thing to be upset about. And she's like, okay, well, no, you're upset. Let's talk about it. I'm like, no, it doesn't matter. She's like, okay, well, we're going to fucking talk about it. And you're like, and she's also one of those people too that like, if we're like texting and like, oh, this happened or whatever, and she like won't waste any time. She immediately picks up the phone and she's like, what the fuck is wrong? We need to talk about this right now.
Yeah.
Which has been such a challenge,
Sweet.
but it's sweet, yeah, because I've never had that before.
It shows that someone really cares.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm about that too. But I was just told in therapy that I shouldn't be incessantly trying to break down walls, and if somebody needs space, they should have space, and that I could cause more fights by enforcing the issue immediately. So there's different ways to look at it.
I mean,
It's a give and take.
every person is different. Every relationship is different.
Yeah.
But I feel like the true form of intimacy is being able to tell someone anything without fear of being judged, or
Very true.
you know, like
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Like
No,
you should-
yeah. Like you, like
In my personal opinion, in my humble opinion, you should be with someone who you could feel comfortable saying anything to and sharing your deepest, darkest feelings and thoughts with that person without fear of them judging you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. But I do think that sometimes there's a disconnect in the types of people that get together.
Yeah.
And so if you want to make it work with the person you love, even if they don't communicate in the same way, sometimes it's not as smooth to get to where you're talking about. It takes like a fucking ton of work.
But it's like the goal versus like how you work towards getting to that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the sexual attraction helps. Because you're like, I will put in a little more work. Because I like
To get that D.
Yeah. I gotta,
To get that
I gotta
sweet
keep having
Get
that.
dick down.
Get dick down, as Meryl says. It's her new catchphrase.
Get
Oh
dick
yeah.
down.
That
Get dick
doesn't
down?
make a lot of sense for you.
It's a good catchphrase.
I've never gotten dick down, but
Let's put it on a T-shirt.
Are
I'll
you
wear
a
it.
gold star?
I am, yeah.
What's a gold star? Oh,
Gold star lesbian. Ooh.
what does that mean?
Suddenly I'm
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but I'm not a bad boy. I don't have any tattoos. I am brunette though.
I'm not a bad boy.
Yeah, I've just never looked at the dude before. Except
That's
for Tyler.
but
What?
I will say that I've known some
for
gold
Tyler.
star lesbians who lied about it.
I just said except for Tyler. So I guess
does-
Silver Star.
Does attempting multiple times to have sex with a woman but not being able for somebody to show up to the party
That makes
that
you a
make
gold
you
star lesbian.
Is that somebody, Mr. Johnston?
Mr. Johnston. Why, hello, sir. Hello.
Where are you?
Do either a young gay man or a middle-aged man with some issues?
You're both.
I think it's both. I'm an old 14-year-old.
A
There you
really
go.
old 14-year-old.
Full circle.
All right. Well, good luck, Anonymous. Let us know how it goes. If you have a question for our show or any segments you would like to submit, you could email that to alwaysopen@roosterteeth.com. Or if you have a shot for us to do, you could do that as well. Thank you guys for joining me.
Oh, thank you.
We're gonna do another segment on the post show. So if you want to sign up for a first membership, it's a free 30-day trial, and you could go check that out to see all of our post shows and other exclusive content just for you.
Max promises to get naked for that. So
He
if
will.
you want to be a sponsor,
I'm
gonna
literally
get
gonna do it.
he is going to
wild.
take it
It's
all
happening.
off.
All off.
Oh.
Well, thanks, guys. Cheers to you, my friends. Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Stranger walks in the door.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Always Open Season 3.
We did it.
Which, by the way, Miles and Lindsay did not know this was the premiere.
No idea. Absolutely no
Yeah.
idea.
Until someone went, okay, rolling. I was like, oh shit, it's the premiere. Excellent. Good.
On today's show, we're going to start off with a new segment where we're going to do a little speed round question. We're going to have a question about your most fun memory from college. And then we're doing Sexpertise in a new way. It's actually now called Box of Issues,
Who came up with that?
which I'll just show it now. Fuck it.
That's awesome.
Our Box of Issues.
That looks so shitty, and I love it.
So we have a bunch of questions in here that we're going to pull from for you guys. I'm your host, Barbara Dunkelman, and with me today, I have...
Oh, hi, that's me. I'm Miles. What's up?
Hola, soy Lindsay.
Oh, Lindsay, ¿cómo estás?
Así.
And it's me, your friendly neighborhood outfit repeater. I wore this show last season. This shirt.
I wore this show last show.
I wore this show last show, and it's a good show on me, and so I like it.
Don't feel bad
okay.
because I took a picture with a fan when I was with Barbara in Florida, and I'm wearing the same dress as like another picture I took a year ago.
I think this is the first time I've been on this show without wearing the same shirt. So
Nice, proud of
yeah,
you.
I fucked up. I forgot my always open shirt.
Have you been on
Yeah.
2 or 3?
I
Got a new haircut too.
did. Yeah, it's a little. Can I say something?
Yeah.
Say it.
I'm scared that my hair's getting thin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I went. Yeah. No, I got it. I got it all. I
It looks
got it all.
good.
Thanks.
I every time I get my hair cut short, it weirds me out, and definitely the lady went way shorter than I told her to. She's like, "How's that?" I was like, "Fine, get me out of the chair."
Stop.
Like during the procedure, I remember just thinking like, I can see a little more of my scalp through the forest than I remember.
Nice.
And like every guy in my family's bald. Like my mom's dad had like the inverse yarmulke look, if you know what I'm saying.
Sure do.
And then
Yep.
and yeah, and then
A lot of my
Well,
family.
and then my dad's got like the Homer Simpson.
Men in my family bald by like 25. It's gone.
I want that.
Get haircuts, and they put the little thing around you, and you're sitting there and you're looking in the mirror, and you're like, this is the ugliest I've ever looked in my entire life.
I spit at the reflection and say,
You're
fuck
wet,
you.
You're like a wet rat.
I have a
And you're
super
just
round
yeah.
face too, so it's like it looks like someone's choking me out. Like,
It
I
happens
want
to
to
me a
live.
lot because I get blonde highlights in my hair, and it happens to me all the time when I get my highlights done and they have the towel wrapped around my head, and when they take it off, I'm expecting to look like golden sunshine. But they take it off and they're like, "What do you think?" I'm like, "I can't see anything."
I look like a drowned rat.
Great. And then when they dry it, that's when you can actually start to see.
She's expecting like the Finn reveal from Adventure Time when he finally takes his hat off. It's like Rapunzel hair.
Yeah.
But don't feel bad because I am also balding, and that happens with women too. A little bald going up right here, my parting line. I was like, motherfucker.
Are you sure it's just because your hair's not like light?
No, straight up. Like if you look in videos of me, this one's receding a little bit. So I just have a little cream that I put on before I go to bed at night.
You can also just
Samuel.
go like this here.
It's true, yeah. Toss the other way. Yeah.
Let's maybe start like slowly incorporating hats into our like daily fashion.
Headbands.
It's gonna be
Nice
bad for me.
fedora.
I have big old Dumbo ears, and it's not a great look.
Oh, that's really satisfying.
I know.
Yeah,
You're
just-
welcome.
I have connected earlobes. So I don't know about you guys. You have, like,
yeah.
I've got the.
Mine
They're
next
elf
at
ears.
the bottom.
Hanging
Yep,
fat
yep.
sacks. Hey, what's this stuff in front of
Yeah,
us?
let's take a shot.
Take a shot for me.
Let's do our shout out, our first shout out of the season. I picked this one, or Meryl actually, you picked this one, and I said we should definitely do it because Miles is on the show, and I know that he would cringe the second we told him the name. It's called the Bloody Ball Sack.
You're a monster. You're a monster, and that's horrible.
I think I've never actually seen a ball in real life, but is this? I'm assuming this is probably the
This
color.
is exactly what it looks
You should
like.
look at the bottom of it too.
If
little-
you
little
crack a
blood on
ball,
there.
Oh, you can go straight to hell, Barbara Dunkelman. That's disgusting.
you know when you crack a coconut and all the milk pours out?
What happens when you crack a ball
You
open?
take a ball and you put it on the side of the table so you get a good crack, and you go.
You're-
And you open it.
Now let's drink it.
I'm just imagining like you take a gusher and just. And that's how it really goes.
Well, this one is the Bloody Ball Sack, and submitted by Will.
Fuck you, Will.
And it's 3 parts vodka, 1 part Irish cream with a drizzle of grenadine.
Cheers,
Shout out to
ladies.
you, Will. Cheers. Cheers, my friends.
Kanpai.
Broached.
Damn, nothing like a bloody ball sack to start your day.
Right.
Every day, all day, every day.
All day, every
guys
day.
cough
No, you can only do it twice.
Do we cough after
You're a
shots?
cougher. Yeah. Every time.
No, I had
I have to have a little.
a roommate in college that was he didn't go into a frat, but he went into like frat junior essentially.
Yeah. I had a
What
few
does
of
that
those.
mean?
There's these like organizations called there's the Iron Spikes, there's the
There's the
Texas X's or another one.
Yeah.
But I mean, everyone qualifies
it-
for that afterwards.
it's essentially
Silver
they
Spurs.
Silver
yeah,
Spurs, yeah.
they essentially do all the things that a frat does except for necessarily like live together
Yeah.
and do I guess that's actually and it's not part of like the Greek whatever. I don't know, I never did
Yeah.
that shit. But he learned a really, really fun, not annoying thing at all from that whole experience, which is bro, let's take a shot. We'll chase it with high fives. I don't want to. He's like, come on, yeah.
Get rid of the
And
taste
so-
right away.
Yeah, yeah. The sad thing is, like, after doing it enough, like, at first I did it just to get him to shut the fuck up, and then I did it ironically, and now I kind of do it for real. So.
Now you're in the high fives. I'll give you a high
Is that why you do them so rough?
I have to power through it.
Well, I feel like that's also a mix of like Miles being Miles. I know his personality, so he's very hyper already and very extroverted. Mix that with the fact that you're a theater major / film major, so you have like the thespian aspect of like, I'm here, everyone. Yes. I'm here to
Hello.
perform. And then Miles.
I've
being, like-
arrived.
Yeah. And then Miles being super friendly and fun. So it's like, hi, I've arrived. Now let's be best friends.
Is that what you say when you come?
I have arrived. Oh, I'm gonna arrive. Oh, where do you want me to arrive? That's how
I
it
like
goes.
saying Yahtzee.
I like going
Mousetrap.
Jenga.
I like going Kobe.
Sorry. Oh, wait.
Well, we're gonna start with something a little fun for this new season of Always Open. We're trying to brainstorm some new segments, so always looking forward to hearing what you guys think of them. This one, we haven't come up with a name for it yet, but it's basically what we did. We went on OkCupid,
Why?
very popular dating site.
Is my profile still up?
They, but they have thousands of like questions of getting to know you to create your dating profile and all these questions you could ask. So we sampled a few of them, and we're gonna do a speed round for each of you.
I'm excited.
Okay.
Yay.
All right.
Yay.
So Miles,
I'm gonna learn more about
you're
myself
first.
too.
Thanks.
would you like to start? And I think we have like
We
a
have a
couple
timer.
seconds on the
Cool.
clock.
We'll
so
find out if we're all compatible, guys. And if this goes well, it'll end with a
and like
weird orgy.
You could answer as many or as little as you want, but we just have.
I can say pass if I want to.
Yeah. Weird
No,
orgy.
you got
Okay, well, then I have to answer all of them then.
But like, you could take your time with
Oh,
it.
Okay, you can answer as many or as little as you want,
Do
as
you
long
want
as
this
it's
to
all
be a
of them.
meaningful orgy or not,
Yeah.
Miles?
That's a fair
It doesn't
point.
have to be yes or no. You can like,
Sure,
I mean,
okay.
it needs to be quick, but
I'll
like,
do my best.
All right, ready?
Ready?
Go. Would you ever eat something out of the trash?
No.
Is it okay to answer your cell phone while out on a date?
No.
Would you ever consider having sex in a church?
Yes.
Do you ever dream of running away with your current life and starting over in a new place where no one knows you?
No.
oh, look at that.
Oh, that's sweet.
Pretty simple.
You discover that someone you're newly in love with wants to urinate on you during sex. Would you ever consider staying with this person?
Well, I
You
guess
gotta
I'm
answer.
No, okay.
We'll never
I talked about this on Backwards Compatible with Kyle. I'm normally very open about trying sex stuff because I feel like when you're at that point, that's a very intimate place, it's a very vulnerable place, and to like mock anybody for something they might be into, like that's a super damaging thing to do in that state. I think I'd have to draw the line at poop. I don't think I could ever poop on someone or be pooped upon.
But pee?
But pee.
Like, you, like love
We
of
would've-
your life.
We would have.
Love of your life is just like, hey baby.
Yeah.
Like I know
I'll,
we're
I'll
having.
let her.
piss on me.
I'll give it a shot. I'll let her try once. We would have to have been together. We would have to have been together for a long time, and like disgustingly love each other. But I'd try, and then I'd be like, okay, cool. You throw away the tarp. I'm gonna shower, and then there we go.
I didn't think I'd start kink shaming this early, but
Look
I know,
again.
Meryl,
Again.
no.
Did I say I was about it? No.
No,
Like I'm not gonna be like, I'll get the funnel. No, I'm like absolutely not. But like, look, I'll try it.
Miles
I'll
would
try
do
it.
anything for love.
I will.
But
Love's, yeah.
Sweet. Lindsay, you ready?
for some odd reason, there's piss all over Miles' clothes.
We got the same questions. I'm kidding.
Happy season 3.
All right, Lindsay.
Yes.
Do we have our timer ready for Miss Lindsay Jones? Ready to go? All right. And go. If a clone was made of you, would you sleep with it?
No.
What?
I hate myself.
Do you more easily fall in love or fall out of love?
In love.
Is it generally acceptable to you for a sex partner to initiate foreplay while you are sleeping?
That is absolutely okay, as long as I wake up and enjoy it.
Which pubic hairstyle do you prefer for a partner?
Wait, which what?
Pubic hair.
Oh, pubic hair. One of those like sweet goatees where it's a triangle.
I want an evil penis.
I hope that answered all the important
Oh
questions.
my god. We know so much about you.
Oh, what a beautiful way to describe that.
What is
Evil
it? Vajazzling?
goatees.
Vajazzling's cool
Vajazzling.
too, yeah. If you want to vajazzle it up, I'm all about that.
What's it called for a guy though? Because it's not a
don't know.
vagina. Is it called?
They have beard
There's
vajazzling.
manscaping.
Yeah, manscaping
Yeah.
is one.
Could you bedazzle your balls? Your balls?
You bedazzle your balls.
Dealing with hair on your balls is weird. It's just like,
Yeah.
what's up? There's no rhyme or reason.
And you got some smooth, clean balls. It's like, all right, now we're playing a game. All right, like, now we're ready to go.
Legitimate question though.
Yo,
I've always wondered this:
go on.
shaving or trimming the balls?
Yes.
Do you gotta like stretch?
Yeah. You just like
Okay, you're
I assume no for
faces.
you. No one's asked you to help them. shave
No.
said balls.
No one has
been
asked me.
asked,
I've heard that as a thing though.
Like, was it like a sexy thing or was it just like,
A little bit of both, because I'm a woman of comfort. You know, I don't have to have everything all pomp and circumstance. But when
Yeah.
someone goes, "Yo, can you help me shave your balls?" I'm like, all right, what do we gotta do? Let's roll up my sleeves. Let me try and help you here. So yeah, I guess it was a little bit sexy. Like, okay, I'm
I
shaving.
mean, I've
you,
helped
but,
people
you
pluck
know.
their back hair before.
ooh, hot.
Oh yeah,
Pluck?
no, I haven't done that.
Yeah.
Oof.
No back hair.
I like. It's kind of like nice.
See,
It's relaxing. You're just like.
I've been with people that are like, yeah, Aaron was like, can I shave your back? I was like, sure, fuck it.
Done.
I can't get back there.
It's true.
Michael has openly said and admits that he really doesn't get a lot of hair. He'll get like a little, honestly, like pedo stash going on, so he shaves it off. But no, totally clean, like much like an otter.
Well, nothing will ever top
He's a
Chris
soft boy.
Ramirez. Chris Ramirez has his single chest hair.
Nate
Yeah.
Chester.
Chester, the chest hair.
Nice.
Yeah. I've seen him.
I think we waxed off one
We
time.
did back. Yeah,
It's
I
fucked
remember
up.
He's got the baby face too. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a correlation of like you still look like you're a young man, so you don't have any hair.
Man,
Like, how do I phrase this politely?
a young lad.
Yes.
All right, Meryl.
Ooh, I'm nervous.
You're our last one.
Wait, you don't have to do this?
Hell no.
We do
That
have,
seems
we do,
like some
we
fucking.
do have
Yeah.
some extra
Bullshit.
questions.
There are
in
extra
case
questions.
We do
Oh,
want
do
to
we?
I think
do
so.
it.
I think so.
I think we should. I think Meryl, you should ask.
All right. All right, you ready with the timer?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, and go. Do you ever ignore or dismiss someone because you think they're too good looking for you?
No, I flirt with everyone.
Nice.
Do you ever feel the need to pick at other people's blemishes?
God, no. My girlfriend's a mother monkey, though. She picks at me all the time.
How does the idea of being slapped hard in the face during sex make you feel?
Ooh, sexy.
Whoa.
Are you annoying?
Yes.
Do you wear different or special underwear when you go out on dates?
No.
Would you
Wait, ask
No,
me
no,
last one.
do it.
Would you consider dating someone who had a previous relationship with a close relative of yours? I like how this is the one that stops you.
It depends. If it was like a cousin, then like maybe. But if it was like my brother, well, both my brothers are married, but like, it could go either way. No.
No. Okay. Fair enough.
Interesting.
Okay.
Ready with the timer for me?
Are you ready?
I was not expecting this, so I'm not. Okay.
Okay.
Get dunked on,
And
Dublin.
go. Would you like to be the supreme ruler of all people on Earth?
Yes.
If you accidentally hit a parked car while driving, would you leave a note with your contact info?
Yes.
She stalled. That's a no. She stalled. That's a no.
Oh, what? Oh, While in the middle of the best lovemaking of your life, if your lover asked you to squeal like a dolphin, would you? Yes. No.
Have some fun. Come on.
Is that how you do it?
That's a sponge.
There's someone watching right now who is into that.
Don't stop. I'm gonna arrive.
So the parked car thing, I think
You wouldn't.
there was one time when I didn't.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. Listen,
Sometimes if it's like a little itty bitty thing, you're like, you tell yourself, that'll buff right out. Now I've never done it, but I know myself
No,
well
that's
enough
exactly-
to probably.
that happened to me. I was in a parking lot and I was parking, and there was someone who like swerved behind me, so I just like turned the wheel too much, and it just went like right on the car, and it made a little scratch. And I was like, I could like wait here for this person, or I could leave a note, but like a little buff right now.
Hey. As long as we are cool saying we're kind of shitty people.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Kinda
say.
If it made any sort of damage, or like if I knew it would cause this person any sort of like issue having to go to a repair shop, yeah, of course I'd leave it.
Yeah. I think about it almost daily, but I like right when I first started driving, I hit someone's car who was parked, and I was so terrified of all the repercussions that I just left. And I'm so sorry to that person, wherever you are. I ruined your
watching
life.
this.
Did
I'm
I-
so sorry.
It happens to a lot of people.
Did I ever talk about my first little like fender bender? I was.
You talked about your huge.
Yeah, that was the big.
Yeah, your big crash where you got the scars.
Yeah. I got these scars. Oh, that was an RTAA. The first little fender bender I got into was I was 15, which meant that in Texas you have your driver's permit, which means you can drive as long as you have a guardian with you in the car. And my mom and I were going to the bank, and I was trying to like park the car or something. I hit someone's car. I was like, oh shit! It was just like a. Mom was like, all right. Let's park the car and go in the bank. And we go in the bank, and it's like, excuse me, does anybody own the blue Honda out there? I tapped it, and we should probably talk about information. And they're like, blue Honda? Joyce! And then the manager of the bank is like, yeah? And they're like, someone hit your car. She goes, oh, okay. And she's at her desk. She pulls out crutches. She had a broken leg and like comes out this like old woman with a fucking broken ass leg. It's like, oh dear.
Oh, Joyce.
Fucking Joyce, I'm sorry.
Struck my jalopy.
She tried to make me feel better though. She was like, you see the dent in that light pole? That was someone 2 weeks ago. Don't worry about it, kid. You'll be fine.
Oh,
Like,
that's sweet.
but I was like, cool. The elderly manager of the bank with a broken leg. Awesome.
Perfect person to get it.
It makes you feel a little bit better. It wasn't me, luckily, but this is an example of like kind of how my family operates. Is we're very blunt and to the point. I'm sure you've talked about that before.
Yeah, your mom fucking roasted me at your baby shower.
Oh, it's great.
And I know, I was like, shit, Jean, calm down. These are my friends. Relax.
Jean.
She was being too fierce, I guess.
I love
like,
it.
No such thing. No such thing as too fierce.
Yeah, I guess savage is the best way
Yeah,
to put it.
she was
Like,
pretty savage.
Savage
Loved
as
it.
hell. But my father, at one point, my grandmother on my mother's side had a stroke when I was an 8th. And after that, unfortunately, like she couldn't move half her body, couldn't talk. It really sucked.
Right.
But we brought her to a nursing home back and forth a lot of times in Houston. So one time we're bringing her back from lunch and she's in a wheelchair, of course. So we pull up and someone's blocking the wheelchair ramp. And my dad, being my dad, is like pissed. He's like, motherfucker, like they're blocking the wheelchair ramp. This is awful. How dare they do this? What a pain in the asshole. I'm gonna block them in. I was like, Dad, don't do this. But okay, block him in, sure. So we block him in, and then we're bringing my grandmother in, and someone gets wheeled out, like on the fucking stretcher, who has just died inside of the nursing home that they're bringing them to the ambulance, which is what was blocking the walkway or like the wheelchair ramp. So we're like, okay, now we got to move our car for this person who just died, whose family is wheeling them out now because you're an asshole and wanted to block them in. So yeah.
I gotta be honest with you guys. Normally, like stuff like this, like really cringes me out, and I just can't. That fueled me.
I was like, you're good.
Oh God,
good.
that. Oh, I just ate that
We're
story.
like, oh,
I
your
loved it.
grandfather just died? Okay, we'll go move our car. I'm sorry.
Fuck, that was good.
Yeah, and
I
of
feel
course,
good.
being my father too, he turned into a life lesson. Like, this is why we don't judge too early.
And that's why.
Motherfucker.
You know, I think everyone would be a lot nicer if they had a better night's sleep.
Oh yeah,
true.
you're right.
I would.
This episode of Always Open is brought to you by Casper, an online retailer of premium mattresses for a fraction of the price because everyone deserves a great night's sleep. Get $50 off any mattress purchased by visiting casper.com/open and enter the promo code OPEN. Casper makes outrageously comfortable mattresses that you've probably heard about a million times on podcasts, including this one. But as someone who has a Casper mattress, I could tell you that it does live up to the hype. Absolutely. It's like every time I'm on vacation and I come home, I'm like, my Casper mattress.
We have the Casper in our guest room because we like to treat our guests. And every single one of them is like, best night's sleep I got in my life.
Oh, we're gonna go
in all
Casper when I
seriousness.
move, yeah.
I'm really
It's the best.
My mattress is gross.
Well, did you know that you could buy it online easily and completely risk-free?
I hate risk.
It'll be delivered right to your door in a compact box. Casper understands the importance of truly trying out a mattress that, in all reality, you spend a third of your life on. Casper offers free delivery and painless returns within a 100-day period, so you don't have to lie down in a showroom. So get $50 off any mattress purchased by visiting casper.com/open and using the promo code OPEN. That's casper.com/open and promo code OPEN. Terms and conditions apply. Free shipping and returns to the US and Canada. And now, the UK!
Hey, God save the Queen.
Top of the morning to you.
That's not.
Right
well,
on,
no,
Jeff.
no, yeah, no. You,
Top of the morning to you, laddie. No, that's not.
Irish.
that would be.
That's in the UK.
That is, yeah, because they united and shit.
I don't know.
Oh man, we had a
No,
whole
UK, I
thing
think
about
includes
this
that.
and a lot of Irish.
Because there's a difference
like,
between England, Britain,
Yeah.
the UK, and yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
isn't England, Britain? I don't
Yeah,
know.
that one's
I don't wanna get into
insane.
We had this whole
I don't want
discussion
people to call
on
me
the spot,
stupid.
and all these Irish fans were like, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, Tejas.
Texas!
Yes, he was back.
Thank you.
It's our king.
Texas, by the way,
Texas.
thanks for making me look beautiful on the drag episode of On the Spot.
Yes.
Oh.
Texas makes everyone look
He was
beautiful.
already beautiful, but I just gotta say that that was a beautiful cast.
All look beautiful. I was very jealous.
I don't know how that.
Also
happened.
confused.
How did I make the guys look so amazing? So,
I was like,
'Cause
I'm
you're-
attracted to all
Well, John was already like that with that app that transforms you into the other gender or whatever
Yeah.
you want to do.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank
he
you.
looks like
You're
Liv
so
Tyler when he's in drag.
He does.
He looks
Yeah.
amazing.
I know. I told him, I was like, your cheekbones are way too good.
The angular jaw.
I love that people said that you look like a what was it, a Long Island mom on the town or something.
He looked
And
like like a sweet Jewish girl too.
Oh, really? See, all I saw was Hispanic mother, so I don't know.
I love.
I'm a grab bag, y'all.
You were just amazing. So it was good to have. It was a lot of fun.
You were talking about Scrotox earlier, just to mention the balls.
We were
on that earlier.
I got it.
Back to the
Yeah.
ball.
What is
What is
gross?
scrotum?
Let me explain.
I can
this.
guess.
So we're getting ready, and Riot and I and Lindsay were talking about all the balls, and the whole theme is balls. I guess
we
it's
do. Of
balls.
course, yeah.
So we're talking about Scrotox. So I had recently found out what Scrotox is. It's actually Botox that you inject, and I work in a
Ow.
med spa. I was like, we don't do this, do we? And we don't. But you can inject it in the actual scrotum area so that it relaxes the skin, so it doesn't shrink up and it looks more full.
You said it looks juicier.
It looks
is what
like a
looks
juicy
Yeah.
ball.
Is that a hot
Are there
thing?
people
A
that
juicy ball.
A
Yes.
juicy
looking
sack.
for
Yes.
juicy balls?
Looking for a juicy
Yes.
sack.
Yes, they want,
Sack,
they want
not
a
juicy,
nice,
do
a
not
nice
talk.
full sack. So that happened.
love a nice
And
full
we
sack.
also,
Real into the full set.
I like it too.
No, actually,
it's all
never
good. You know, say it. Say what we're gonna say.
I was.
Say it.
Say what
Who
you
here's like really into playing with balls? Because I've come across some girls that are like, nope, and some girls that are like, let me get at them nuts.
Let me
I
tell
mean,
you.
What are
I-
the stress balls that they have from like China where they have the balls?
Be
like,
careful how you finish this statement.
Here's what you do.
They have the little bells inside of them, and you go. Bling, bling, bling. That's
Hey,
Okay,
yeah,
I thought you were talking about stress balls, and I was like,
no,
you're
no.
fat,
What you do is you
normal too.
hold the dick, you lift it, and as you're stroking it, you go down to your balls.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or
Have you seen
kind
The
of,
Labyrinth with
or you
David
kind of like
Bowie
just
going like
cup
this?
it and do a little finger action while you're in it, kind of, you know.
There you go. Yeah.
It works.
Listen, it's a combination.
If you're not using your left
It's like you're
hand,
trying to
maybe it
open
finds
the
its
lock.
way into the
You're
asshole.
being,
You don't know.
you're being lazy if you're not using both hands.
Most girls that I've been with are not. I don't want to look. I just don't want to look.
Inspector Gadgets.
Most,
You're going for it.
most girls that I've been with are super about the balls, and whenever I am with a girl that is, I have to resist the urge to be like, that tickles. The like least sexy thing, just because I'm like not
Are you
used
self-conscious
to that.
about it?
Interesting.
No, my balls are fine, but I'm just like not used to it.
Texas is like,
I'm like,
I'm done.
I like playing with my own balls. I'm like, I'm fine.
Oh, no, for
all,
sure.
all balls
I'll
are
be like,
fine.
See, if a
what's
guy
on
likes doing it
Netflix?
to himself, then that should be something a girl likes too.
Oh no, I don't like playing with my balls in a sexual manner. Just like when I'm bored.
Oh.
Just like.
Just like
yeah.
one of those.
And I feel like I'm the only
Not
woman.
quite like that.
No, but I'm the only woman that I know of who does that, but with her boobs when she's bored. Like I have to stop myself sometimes from going like this. I'm like, stop, I'm bored. Stop it.
It's amazing. But I do got to say, on the scrotox situation, because we did also mention this happened too. Remember that we were talking about you can actually get the scrotox, or you could do we could do Botox on the anus. It relaxes the muscle so that you can fart like without a noise.
It has purpose.
It has this is something I just learned, and I work in a med spa, so I'm like, we don't do that because
It's
if
not
we do,
purely
but I have a
aesthetic, yeah.
friend who has had it done, and apparently he gets it done because he doesn't like to make noise.
Yeah. So basically, it turns into like a.
Yeah, it's like a.
Like,
It's
yeah.
like a, so think about that when people think about that one.
But-
Would you and could you ever?
That removes all that is funny about farts.
I know, right? I know, right?
It still smells,
Right?
right?
Yeah. But that's the thing.
No, my farts smell like cinnamon rolls.
We're in production, so we're always around like 20 people at one point. I could blame it on anybody.
It
I'd be
changes
like,
into
freaking Mario.
it's a careless whisper.
It's
I
the
never
George
want
Michael
to
of farts.
dance again. Guilty, but have got no sound effect.
All right. What's next,
Yes.
Barbara?
I'm sorry.
We're going off on crazy tangents,
Hey,
but that
great
kind
to
of,
be back.
Yeah,
Great
it
to be
is.
back.
I feel like that Mario has some morals too. You're like, I'm not dating someone who's dated my relative. None of this. Like, I
No
keep it
balls,
together.
no scrotes.
Get us out of here.
Well, guys,
Get it
we're
out.
we're gonna do. We haven't been together for a while. Lindsay hasn't been on the show for a while.
true.
Some things have happened in her life. We've taken a couple months off to revamp the show.
Surprise.
So Meryl and I thought it'd be cool if we could just do a little catch up and see what everyone's been doing the last couple months.
I got new shoes and played Sonic. Yeah, things are
you go.
really on the
Nice,
up and
nice.
up for Miles.
Yeah, how's motherhood been?
How's motherhood?
Having a baby.
You're drinking now.
We haven't had drunk Lindsay in a while.
We haven't. No.
know.
Now I did the shot. It happened. I had the bloody ball sack or whatever it's called. Yeah,
Stop
that was
saying
good.
it by name.
No,
Sorry.
Just refer to it as many times as
The
possible.
shot that shall not be named was had.
the
Motherhood's great. I mean, the best way to describe it is like it's the most beautiful but most horrifying experience.
Yeah.
Like, the second I had her, I was like, wow, life is amazing. Like, this is the miracle of like why people live, and like this is what love is. Oh my God. And then the second you start thinking that, you think like, wow, the world's full of really shitty things. I'll never be able to protect her from this. Like, how do I deal with this as a mother? How do I like grow as a person too? I'm still a child. Now I have a kid. Like, this is insane. So it's been very existential, I guess. Like, I've had a lot of breakdown of like crying and stuff, but then like a lot of super, super happy. So it's just like all the hormones and like life experience just blending together into this perfect tornado. But I wouldn't trade it for the world.
I've heard
for
this
sure.
thing from a lot of new parents that, like, you always miss her.
Yeah.
Even if you're in the same room with her, if you're
yeah.
just not looking at her, you miss her.
The best thing is I saw a comic where it was like, this is motherhood explained. Is like someone's holding the baby and they're like, God, go to sleep, please go to sleep. And then the second they're down, you're like, wake up, I miss you. That's exactly it. Yep, the
is so
whole time.
cute.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's so sweet.
But life's good. I love being a mother.
Have you had any like horrifying experiences like poop in mouth?
Just not
That happened to
poop in
Jeff.
mouth. I've had I didn't eat any of Iris's shit like Jeff did with Millie, but he was dumb. I've had her projectile shit a few times
okay.
where we're
Cute.
like, hey, let's change you. Oh, you happen to shoot across the room. That's cool.
Wow.
Right,
Yeah.
now I'll clean that.
Do you keep
That's good.
records of distance?
No, I should. Oh, that's a good idea. Do like some
just like make a fun game
good
out of
idea.
it.
Little
You
like
know?
flags in the ground.
Yeah. Turn shit into lemonade. You know.
I'm gonna make you an Olympian. You're gonna shit like no one knows. Oh God.
Future Olympics are gonna be weird.
Yeah, other than that, no, just every now and then projectile shitting. She likes to pee a little bit, but she's
Yeah.
been nice to us. We sleep through the night now.
Oh, that's nice.
She hasn't
That's
thrown up on me once. I haven't dropped her once. Yeah.
Good.
Nice.
And she, if you don't mind us talking about it, she was like a month early.
Yeah. She just made the cusp of like premature, so that's why
Yeah.
we're trying to feed her as heavily as we could. And then I had mentioned to fans like I was trying to breastfeed, and for the few weeks after she was here, I did, but then the doctor said like she's still too small.
Yeah.
She needs to have some formula. I said, okay, well I'll transfer over to full formula. So that's why I'm drinking now.
There you go.
Okay, guys. All right, yeah. I'm
You
able
can
to
always
do that
pump
now.
and dump, right?
Exactly.
I'm glad I saw that happen.
But
even then,
there it is again.
I guess it's kind of cool
Third
to at
time.
least like dabble in the experience of breastfeeding, so I can kind of talk about that a little bit. But you know, shit happens, life happens. So
It doesn't work out for everybody.
Exactly. I think that's the biggest thing I would tell people is like, you know, everyone doesn't breastfeed for the rest of the time or like go to just formula. Like it can go back and forth. You really don't know what's
And I
happening.
know a lot of people tend to like kick themselves over not being able to breastfeed.
I feel like shit. Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
I would imagine that would be like because you want to obviously
I feel like a
provide
failure
for
as a
your baby.
mom. Yeah, you do.
Hey,
a
well,
little bit. Yeah.
you can breastfeed any one of us right now if you want.
It's true. I technically could. Yes.
Miles, if you want to leave the room for a second.
Why don't I?
Dude.
Marilyn,
I will say
There's only two of them.
some of the worst is like when you have the buildup of milk and you're like, I sadly have to like milk myself
Build
now
up
to
milk.
make like make myself feel better.
Hey, have you tracked the distance? I love the spy who shagged me.
I thought of you the other day because I have a friend on Facebook who posted this like quite horrifying video, and I'm like, oh my god, this is motherhood, and like I have a friend now who's gonna probably go through something similar, but like her 3-year-old son got a rock stuck up in his nose,
Oh God.
and so she's
A
like
what?
a rock in his nostril, like stuck,
like
so
stuck
she's
to-
like
You couldn't just Rosie O'Donnell it out. You can just like.
couldn't get it out. So the video, her husband's filming, and it's like the grossest thing I've ever seen, but also the funniest. So she grabs him and she like has him here, and she's like, okay. She's like, all right, like you like give me your lips, and he's like, okay. And so she like literally CPRs him, and she like covers one nostril and just like blows in, and
she
you just got, all of a
Rosie
sudden
O'Donnell.
got like a snot rocket, just like exploded onto her, and
That's
she's like,
amazing.
oh, and she pulls out the rock.
Well,
motherhood.
I'm excited for that.
And I was like, ah! oh my god, I'm gonna let my kid die.
we'll make another one. We'll make another one. All right, get him out of here. Get out of here.
Oh god, it was like she's like literally just covered in snot, like laughing. I'm like, fuck, you must really love someone.
Well, we have a thing that was on our registry from when we had the baby. It's called the snot sucker.
Okay.
And it's like, okay,
Saw
you know those
that.
things that are like the little squish balls that you put up in the baby's nose and you
Yeah,
let it go and it takes the bugs out. Okay.
No, that sounds
It,
horrible.
it looks
Okay.
like a chicken baster.
Yeah, turkey baster. I guarantee someone used it on you. Madre and Luna probably used it on you. But now they have a thing where they put in a hose in the baby's nose, and as a mother, you suck out the bugs. Yeah,
That's some fucking
I mean,
post-apocalyptic siphoning gasoline shit.
But everyone I talk to, all the moms are like, it works, it's amazing. I'm like, do I trust
I mean,
this
I don't
snot
think
sucker?
it goes in your.
There's a filter. It's
Here,
off
B,
the boom.
let's try it.
The rock.
Let's try it. Let's try
It's
it.
true.
Yeah, yeah,
Get that shit out of here. Get that snot out.
I got a lot of boogies.
yeah. I am a little snotty right now, yeah.
Me too.
Like,
But
I'm here.
can we borrow it for a little?
I can't wait to meet Mango.
Yes.
Good old Mango
Mango?
Jones. Mango Jones. So when Lindsay, she was posting, they were posting like, oh, like the baby's like this big, like
Oh, yeah, now
the
it's the
size
size
of
of
an
an
apple.
eggplant.
Yeah, the apple, and she was the size of a mango. I was like, oh, I like that name, Mango Jones. I was like, that's what we call your baby.
Oh
Mango Jones.
fuck, that is a real cool name.
Mango Jones.
They call me
Drag
Mango Jones.
And it was nice and gender neutral because you know obviously
Sure,
like
whatever.
Could be male or female.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. And that's the point we tried to hit home too, is we did the sex reveal and people were like, no, gender reveal. I'm like, listen, we understand this is a sex reveal. Do whatever you want, Iris. You do your thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mango
It's
gender
like,
neutral.
oh, it's just like, calm down. This was supposed to be
Well,
a
it's been
sweet,
a big
nice
thing,
thing.
though. Like a lot of people have been asking, like, what do you want to do? And it is intense as a mother, where people are like, what do you want to do religiously with your kid? What do you want to do with like societal pressures? What do you want with your child? I'm like, whatever she wants. I don't
Let
know.
your
Like,
kid make her own decision.
and she's
Yeah,
3 months right now. Let her be a baby. She's gonna shit everywhere. Just let her do that.
That's what she's
I know.
really into right now.
I can only imagine the level of pressure you guys are under, having like your life being watched by everybody and like basically raising a kid while being watched by.
It's interesting.
Like it's, I'm sure, really cool too at the same time, but it's also just like every decision you make, you're just like, I wonder what people are gonna think of this.
It
and
is,
this,
yeah.
and this.
Well, I say that's the weirdest thing is like one person said, hey, like I got this Twitter account for Iris if she wants it later. I'm like, that's so weird. Like I have a 3-month-old and they're like, I got your Twitter account if you want it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I wonder if Twitter's even gonna be around when she's old enough.
I was
Probably
just,
not.
I was just thinking that.
Probably
Yeah.
not.
It's probably gonna be like MySpace. It's pretty obsolete.
But she wants to miss it. That's the, she wants to see it. Yeah.
But she's
Yeah, well, I
adorable,
miss
and
her.
we should put some photos of her. That's what it-
I'm sure I'll bring some.
I want to see
That's
that
my
baby.
favorite. Yes.
I've only seen her once. I like babies and
She's so
kids.
cute.
Well, yeah, but you, Barb, now you're doing a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I also had a child. It's nice. Its name is
Congrats.
Bloodfest.
Real metal of you.
Beautiful. It's yeah. So we're filming a horror comedy here at Rooster Teeth, and it's like an outside director, outside writer, and everything like that, named Owen Egerton. And I auditioned for it with like all these other actors and people at Rooster Teeth and stuff, and they wanted me for the part of this character named Ashley, which is like a main role in the movie, which is like mind blowing to me because like yeah, if it was someone internal directing it, I might think like, oh, yeah, they just want me in the movie because we're friends,
Sure,
or because like I work at Rooster Teeth and stuff like that. But to have like an outside director actually be like, I want you for this
That's
part.
fucking rad, girl.
And he mentioned something to someone else that I heard from that person. They said, Owen loved your audition so much, it made him want to write funnier lines for the character.
Aww.
Sweet. Like,
Damn, that's some high praise, girl.
Oh my God.
Good job.
Thank you. It's been like one of the best experiences of my life.
That's awesome.
Like, there was a moment in time when, after they told me that they wanted me for the part, I was like, I might say no to this because I don't know if I'm good enough. And I feel like especially acting with all these like real actors who have been in all these things and people know them and they're like actually in Hollywood.
Spider-Man, Homecoming.
I was gonna say,
Exactly,
Yeah,
and like
Yep.
Heroes Reborn and like all these things that these people have been in. I was like, it's gonna be very obvious that I'm not a real actor and people are gonna notice that. And the fact that like I even considered saying no, I'm mad at myself for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
I'm
I'm
mad at
having
you too.
such a good time.
I agree.
Hey, you know what? Fuck you. How
right.
fucking dare you?
No, like I'm legitimately mad at myself for even considering saying no.
I
because
think
it's
everyone has
such
that
a
same
fun
like trepidation.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yes. Are you
Mike had
kidding
the
me?
same thing with Fairy Tale when we went out for Funimation audition. He was like, I'm not gonna go. I'm like, motherfucker, Funimation is asking you to audition. You fucking audition for that part. And
Yeah.
Sure enough, you got it. It's like, same with you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You doubted yourself, but here you are.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's so much fun. I could see
great.
why people get the acting bug once they start doing this because it's like just being able to like play pretend. And
Oh,
just,
for
like,
sure.
And get close with the cast and the crew and stuff like that, and being able to go to set and just like be like, but today's gonna be so much fun. We have like this scene in the film, and this is gonna be so much fun, and all these like different stunts, and I don't know. It's just like, especially a horror film.
Yeah. I've heard that horror films are the most fun to film
Yeah.
because the cast knows it's like cheesy and
Yeah.
fun, so they can enjoy the fact that they're like gonna die in the next scene. I'm like,
And
you're
it's
gonna die. Yeah,
It's a
next
horror
scene.
comedy too, so it's like everything is funny, and also the cast is so funny. We had Nick Rutherford
he's great.
in town, and he plays a character, and like the ad libs going on in it too just make everyone crack up. Sometimes it's hard to get through a scene, but really fun.
You're badass.
But doing that at the same time as all this stuff too has worn me out a little bit because
Understandably so.
it's been a crazy month.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. I was like, I'm so happy that Always Open comes back because we can actually hang out.
I know.
This is like our one set time a week.
It's true. And that Lindsay and I have been going to all these conventions too.
Yeah,
That's
You
right.
guys
Yeah.
too are going to a bunch of stuff too.
Yeah, we're
coming
about
up.
to. What's coming up?
Crunchyroll.
There's the Crunchyroll
Crunchyroll.
Expo in California. That
We hung out with
Fancy
Josh
Whispers going to.
fucking Tyrion from
Josh
Ruby.
Bailey.
Yeah. Oh, he's so cool.
He's so nice. It's even better because in real life he's like a lovable teddy bear man. He's
Yeah.
like, oh guys, let's all just get
no,
along.
It's
Let's all just love
so
each
it's
other.
so wild.
And then he does the Tyrion laugh, and we're like, what?
Yeah, there's New York Comic Con. Maybe Konichi. I might get to go to Germany.
New York
Ooh.
Comic Con. We
Like-
haven't talked about like publicly who all's doing whatnot for that yet.
In the
but-
past, it has been the Ruby crew.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's pretty much assumed at this point.
Yeah.
Yes, Ruby will be there, which is awesome.
Yeah, well, it's right before the season.
Which is I think the same weekend as RTX London.
The
That's
14th.
gonna be fucking cool.
Yeah. Keep talking about all those cool things everyone
All right.
gets to go to.
So Mariel won't date anyone who's dated her family members. How about you guys?
But Mariel has a huge news. I don't know if you guys even know
Yeah,
this.
you
You've
guys.
had a busy summer.
I bought a house.
She bought a
Did you
house.
fucking really?
I'm adulting. I'm trying to.
your
Holy
Twitter
shit.
post about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah.
A lot of people are buying houses and it scares
It is.
me.
It's scary. Well, it was a thing that like it just happened to happen at the right moment with the right place.
Oh yeah.
And my parents were super supportive, and they were the ones that were kind of like pushing me for the last few years. And I'd been living with a roommate, and my roommate was moving. She's originally from the UK, and she was moving back to go to grad school. And my family was like, well, you can find like a shitty one-bedroom apartment, like, and pay a lot of money for it, or you can probably find like a nice small house just for you. And I was like, you know what, you're right. And so I did, and I found a great place. I was like, it's like perfect for me, and like it's been remodeled.
Is it just you or you?
You and your dog. Guys.
No, I don't have it. Well, it's
No.
my girlfriend's dog.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
you also have done like the remodeling, like a lot of stuff yourself too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I've never felt more like a lesbian than
Oh yeah. I'm like
You fucking
building
flipped that
shit.
house?
I didn't flip it, but there's like things that like it was.
chairs.
It's a house that was flipped, but there's still some things that like needed
fix
to be
it up
done. So I was like, oh yeah, like the garage. I was like, I can fucking do this. So like
That's
the
awesome.
whole day I spent like high off paint fumes, just like painting.
You want to hang out with Mom and Tug? She'll tell you all about that.
Ooh,
You
I
guys can
love
bond,
her.
for sure.
Jean,
Yes.
she ripped me a new one, and I loved it.
Dude,
I'm really
okay,
into
we
it.
gotta tell that story. Okay, so our baby shower, my baby shower came up.
Our baby
It was
shower.
our baby shower. Let's be honest.
Congratulations.
I was
She's
the
beautiful.
universe's baby
I was
shower.
one of the main characters in that baby shower.
You truly were in a way. So, everyone came over, we were having a blast. So we had this thing where you guess like how many jelly beans are inside of a bottle, and it's a little baby bottle that's like huge. So Mariel, being smart, took like what was it, the area of the bottom part?
I beautiful minded it. I
you
beautiful minded it.
fucking
I
really
sat
did,
there and
yeah.
I like saw these numbers in my head.
It's like that meme of that woman.
Yeah, no, I literally was like, okay. And so like I counted the jelly beans at the bottom and I was like, okay, I think there's like about 50 here and there's like so many layers and I guessed 1,200. I was like, I think there's around 1,200 jelly beans in this. And like Turney was there and Bethany was there and everyone was giving me so much shit. Just like, you're a fucking dumbass. Like, do you really think there's over 1,000 jelly beans in there? And like, Meg Turney was like fucking ripping me to shreds. She was like being Meg Turney to me and like, you know, like
it was like a hardcore movie moment. Like they were mean girling you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, listen.
Yeah.
The
You're like,
limit does not
I'm gonna
exist.
believe what I want to
yeah.
believe.
And I was just like, all right, dudes. I was like, all right. And so like Jean, Lindsay's mom, gets out there and she's like, all right. She's like opening and she's like, Meg Turney, like 300. She's just like, ha! And she closes it. And I was like, ooh, there's hope.
Get dumped on, Turney.
And then she at that point, Lindsay's mom was annoyed with me because I was so into the clothespin game, which is like if you start out with like 3 clothespins, and if someone says the word baby, like and if you hear it, like you take their clothespin.
Yeah.
So I was like being manipulative as fuck because I get super competitive.
Mariel instantly was like, oh, okay, let's
Yeah,
do this.
I was
All right,
like,
this is a
all
game.
right, who's the weakest link? And like, I remember I walked up to Jessica Basami and I was like, hey, Jessica, I was like, what's that movie with like the girl from 30 Rock and Amy Poehler? I was like, I can't remember. She's like, oh, Baby Mama. I was like, thank you.
What's that new Edgar Wright?
Yeah, I know.
About the something driver.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that like,
Driving Miss Daisy.
there you go. Everyone fucking turned on me in that moment, and they're like, "Fuck you, we're not letting you win." And so even then, with the jelly beans, they were like, "No way." And so she gets through all of them, and she looks at mine, and she's just like, "All right, Mariel," and she's like, "Okay," and she's like, "Who wants to like the final guess?" And we're like, oh, "I don't know." And she opens a thing, and on the bottom it says 1261.
And what did you put?
1,200. And I literally stood up, and I was like, ah!
I have a video from dabbing. Yeah.
I didn't know what else to do.
Hey, when in doubt, dab.
When in doubt, dab, yeah.
It was such a movie moment. Again,
Yeah.
like everyone who had been giving you so much shit was like, oh fuck. You're like, you just got mad, bitch.
Oh, that must have been
it
the
was
most
beautiful.
delicious victory.
incredible.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
beautiful.
But even better was later. Like Mariel won that and then another game. You
Yeah.
won like 2 or 3
Oh,
games
it was
that
the.
night.
I think it was just the end of like it was like the door prizes, and I won something, and I was in the bathroom, and your mom was like, "Oh no, fuck this shit," and she literally ripped up my name.
My mom was like, she's won too much already. I was like, Mom, calm down.
Getting threatened by
I
Mariel.
like it.
Fuck.
I mean, how could you not?
We're two alphas, and we
true.
butt, but I like it.
She knew. The big personalities come together.
Yeah.
God.
But
But it was a great baby show.
yeah, it was a great baby shower. Baby shower.
Babby.
Shower.
I say Babby.
How was Babby
it's
formed?
fine.
Babby is
Babby's-
good. Babby is
yeah.
good.
So Miles,
Oh.
Miles, what's been up with you?
Man, it's been weird. I've just been kind of in this writing hole.
You're gonna say rut. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
No.
You got this,
buddy.
No, it's been like a
Sorry.
shit. It's been a shit ton of writing stuff. You know, at RTX we announced that we're working on Genlock. It's a new 3D production
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Gray Haddock is heading up.
It looks
and it's-
amazing.
Dog, I'm so excited for that, and like, I can't say much about it, but the fact that he worked on it for about a year, in addition to running the animation department and putting out like the constant fires that are popping up over there, and like, I don't know how, and has 2 kids, and it's like, the dude, I'd follow that guy to the end of the earth. I fucking love Gray.
Yeah.
That's not the only new thing we're working on. We're working on developing a few new other things, and my main goal right now is, for a while, the majority of content coming out of the animation department has been 4 people,
Yeah.
and that's not great from just like a standard of living and like just practicality,
I mean,
especially
we
with
think
us
back to
wanting
when
to grow.
Ruby was literally 4 people.
Yeah.
And we have that to compare it
Yeah.
to. But I digress.
So right now, my biggest responsibility, in addition to like all the other shows and stuff, is beefing up our creative staff. Like, I really want us to get some female writers. I really want us to get some more people coming with new ideas, and just like, we want to do more. We need more people to do that. So it's been cool. I've been like talking with a lot of people that we met through the RTX. There's a hair in my eye. Animation festival, and trying out new writers and giving people writing auditions and stuff. And that's been a lot of fun. I've been reading a lot of stuff. What that means is, I've hardly interfaced with anybody in my department. Like, everybody these days is like, I haven't seen you in I don't know when. And I was like, it's constantly like working from home or in the writer's office or like over here because I get antsy and can't sit in the same place for too long. So it's just been like a lot of that. And then I've also kind of, I remember when I was younger and I would play games like Skyrim and stuff, RPGs, where it's like, oh, I want to max out all my skill trees.
Oh.
But this is bullshit. You kind of just have to like,
Of course you do.
choose one.
Yeah, Final
I
Fantasy
get that
done
now.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I've been
management.
been trying to go to the gym. I've also been trying to learn piano, and I also still like playing games, but I also still need to be social and also still need to do my
It's
job.
almost like you have to make time for playing video games now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set aside a half an hour today. To
See, that's the
play
thing.
this
I wish I didn't like games as much as I did. Like, you can watch an episode of something in like 22 minutes or 40 minutes or an hour, but like to enjoy the story of a game, that's like minimum these days, like a 7-hour commitment to enjoy one story. But I just have a short attention span, and I'm just drawn to video games. But no, I guess I've been trying to learn music. Working on Camp really made me realize like I really like writing songs and stuff. And
I have an idea I need to pitch to you later.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna talk.
We'll talk.
But yeah, I've got like a little beginner piano book, and then I got some software that I can start doing like music editing too, and trying to learn that. And but it's hard. I have a hard time sticking to things that I start, like going to the gym and playing
There's
instruments.
just a lot
Everyone
of
does.
things.
Yeah, and you're super busy too, so.
But
So many things in life that I think are like fun to do and that people want to do and want to be better people, and there's just not enough.
Once you
hours
make it
in
a
the day.
habit, it's like, okay, now I'm
There's
just
not
going to
enough hours in the day. I
It's
mean-
hard. Yeah.
But no,
Were you
but
inspired by the Daniel episode to go more into music? Or
so I've always liked doing music.
you're a musical
And
theater kid, yeah.
yeah, and after I did the cult camp episode, I was like, fuck, that was so much fun, and I wanted to do it again. And
that was one of the Gregory brothers, right? Yeah. Okay. I used to watch the Auto Tune the News all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I worked on another song that might come up in something at some point. And then I learned a few songs on piano that was like motivated to get through, and that was really cool. But yeah, other highlights, Sonic Mania is out and it's a good game.
Yeah.
And that's my life.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, good. As long as you're happy.
Are you helping write any of Genlock too?
So sort of. One of the things I have to do is like everything that comes out of our department, I essentially need to read and make sure it's like up to quality, or like, can we like, hey, you missed an opportunity for a joke here and stuff. There's a lot of stuff that we're doing, and the less, like a lot of us want to be involved in everything, but practically speaking, that's just impossible.
Yeah.
Like I don't know the next time I'm going to direct something. Like right now, I get my directorial fix through vocal direction with Ruby
Which
and
you're
Ruby
very
Chibi.
good at.
Oh, thanks, man. It's a lot of fun. And like Jordan took over vocal direction for Camp, and I think he's doing a fucking great job. But that's kind of like my only directorial outlet, because I feel as though if I were to try and direct something right now, I wouldn't be able to commit the time that needs, and then everything else I'm supposed to be doing would also drop in quality.
Well, you know
so.
what? It's important to know direction if you're driving.
Oh yeah? Wow.
When
What on earth are
when
gonna
you
talk about
drive
next?
for the right ride-sharing app, every trip could feel like a walk in the park.
Tell me about it.
With Lyft, you could pick your own hours and work when you want. Lyft can make driving the best job in the world. Lyft is the ride-sharing company that believes in treating its people better. Lyft believes that being a ride-sharing driver should be fun. If you're having a good time, so are the passengers. Hey.
My last Lyft driver, we sang. Well, we didn't sing, but he was playing Circle of Life in his car. And like when I got in, he went to turn it down. I was like, stop.
Continue. Turn it
Hold his hand.
Let
No.
it play.
That's what I would do if I was a Lyft driver. I think. I'd just play like Disney songs all day.
Just around the river bend.
If you're choosing a ride-sharing company to drive for, go with the company that treats you better, Lyft. Only Lyft offers in-app tipping. When you drive for Lyft, you keep 100% of the tips. Drivers have been paid over $150 million in tips since the feature was introduced. Express Pay Lyft drivers get paid almost instantly instead of waiting for weeks. Lyft has even taken the guesswork out of pickups. The new AMP device uses color coding to help passengers find their drivers. You could earn hundreds of dollars a week plus tips. You want to make more money? Drive more. It's never been easier to give yourself a raise. Simple math. It's a simple formula. Happy drivers means happy passengers. That's why 9 out of 10 Lyft rides get a perfect 5-star rating. So join the ride-sharing company that believes in treating its people better. Go to lyft.com/alwaysopen today, and you can get a $500 new driver bonus. That's lyft.com/alwaysopen, lyft.com/alwaysopen. Limited time only. Terms apply. Thank you, Lyft.
Hot damn.
All right, guys. We're going to do our
You bring out the box?
new
Lay it out
not
there.
so new segment. This used to be called Sexpertise, but we realized that not every question is about sex or relationships, so we should change the name to Box of issues.
We need a little theme song. So
I know.
come up with a theme song for us.
Do it with a kazoo, because it needs to be just as great as this box.
Also, we came up with this like this week, and we wanted Art to make us like a real like nice thing, but they didn't have time with all the movies.
See,
and
I read the email with the breakdown of like what we're going to talk about this podcast, and I totally read just box of tissues. I was like, great, cool. There'll be a box of tissues. That's exciting.
Nope, box of issues.
Box of issues.
So we're gonna pick
deep.
one out.
Oh, there's like questions in there?
in there, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
All right,
We got a lot in there.
Okay.
here we go. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Hit me.
How fast could I unfold it? Anonymous female. Hello. I've been friends with this guy for a few months now, and I've started to develop feelings for him. He's tried to get into a relationship with 2 of my friends in the past after becoming friends with both of them, but neither of those relationships really worked out. Seeing as they are my friends, they're similar to me as far as their personalities, hobbies, and interests go, so I've never understood why he hasn't tried to be in a romantic relationship with me. I do consider my 2 friends to be prettier and more talented than I am, but he never seems to think the same way as I do, because when I bring up my insecurities, he'll tell me that he thinks I'm beautiful and stuff like that. None of this has bothered me before, but as I start to develop feelings for him, I can't help but wonder what might be wrong with me that makes him not attracted to me in the same way he's attracted to my friends. Should I confront him about it and tell him my feelings? Is there something bigger going on that I'm just not seeing? Or is there just something that makes him not want to date me?
See, that's tricky.
Yeah, there's some verbiage that was in that question that I think you should change. One of which is I don't think you should confront anybody. That sounds a little aggressive. I think you know what you do is you drop a little hints, you compliments, offer him one-on-one hangouts. And do your best to kind of read the situation there. I think confronting is a bit strong.
Could
Sounds
ruin
like-
the relationship.
Yeah, and it sounds like when you
Yeah.
say I'm confronting
That's a lot of
someone,
pressure.
it's like they've done something wrong. Like I'm confronting you about how you lied to me. It's like, well, that's
Yeah.
not the case. They haven't done something wrong. They just feel the way that they feel. That's not their fault.
Even still, like, and obviously, I don't think you would go up to a person and be like, "I'm confronting you. I like you." Like, yeah, but like by making a bigger thing out of it, it can add a lot of pressure that isn't necessarily there.
Well, then if you know, worst case scenario, he says, yeah, I don't feel that way about you, then it's all of a sudden awkward, and it's probably going to ruin your friendship in a way.
Yeah. Well, I also don't like that she's like, oh, he's just hopped from friend to friend. Like that's like some red flags.
Not necessarily, yeah. It's not necessarily the situation.
Like,
Yeah, I wonder what your friends would actually think about that.
Yeah, do you really want to be like, oh, like, I know you didn't like those 2, but what about me? You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Also, if he's not making the moves and you feel like you're similar to these people, there could be something else he just doesn't find interesting or attractive, or just like in a way where he's just not that into you.
Yeah,
It's,
there-
like, it's a real thing where it's nothing wrong with you as a person. Everyone
really isn't.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
there are people who I know who are all friends together, and it's like, oh, I'm attracted to 2 of them and not this person, and that's just like nothing's gonna change
Yep.
that.
The other thing I'd like to say is like you were like, is there something wrong with me that's like why he's not attracted to me? That's I think the super wrong approach to take about this. You know, there's you can't fit a square peg in a round hole, right? That doesn't make the square bad or the circular hole bad. Those are just 2 different things. They just don't fit together. That's all that means.
Yeah.
One is not better than the other. There's
And one could
nothing
be
wong with
trying to fit inside, and it just will
It's
never
just gonna rough up your
budge.
edges. Look, neither of those things. There's nothing wrong with either of those things. It's just they just don't match up, and sometimes that happens.
I talked before about my friend that I went to his wedding recently. It's like I had a huge crush on him in high school. I was like, wow, why doesn't he like me? Like I feel like we're very good friends. Like same thing, he'd compliment me and be like, you're beautiful, you're very talented, and vice versa. I was like, wow, we'd make a great couple, but it just never happened. And now later down the road, I can look at it and go, you know, we really weren't compatible, or just like he wasn't interested, and I just have to accept that as a person. Like it's okay. There wasn't a fault on either side. It just wasn't meant to be. And that's it.
timing has a lot to do with stuff too.
Yeah.
Timing really is everything.
Jesus, yeah.
And it's, I don't want to say don't pursue it, because there's always the case where someone could be like, I just had no idea she was into me.
Yeah. I think
And, like,
honesty is a good policy.
Guys
I
can
agree.
be oblivious.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't.
Don't feel bad saying like, hey, I like you. You should have that discussion, I think.
Yeah.
It's important to be honest with your feelings.
Yeah, exactly. But it's that fine line of not wanting to go in there and be like, hey, I have a big crush on you.
Yeah, no, I
would like to date you.
I think
What do you think?
I think you got to kind of build to that. Like I said,
Yeah.
if you're dropping compliments, he's returning them. If you're offering one-on-one hangouts, he's accepting them. Kind of like general rule, like don't hang out during the day because that's a friend date.
Yeah.
Hang out after dark.
Well,
not
that's the
not necessarily because you're expecting anything to happen,
get a
but it kind of
coffee or a
sets a
drink.
precedent.
Am I wrong from this experience too? It feels like you can tell a person is somewhat interested in you in more than a friend way if they text you a lot when you're not there. When they're interested in you when you're not available, that's how you kind of have a hint. It's like, okay, I think they want to be with me when I'm not around.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can also be really dumb and not pick up on it.
Hey, you done that before?
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm taking that as a yes.
But yeah, no, I think, leave some hints, see if he's picking up what you're putting down, and then if so, and you're still kind of unclear, then maybe say like, hey, you know what, I got some good vibes on you. You got some good vibes on me back here. And if not, then just know that there's nothing wrong with you. It's just, this doesn't work out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And should you throw it out there and say, hey, I really like you, and they say no, again, same thing, it's nothing wrong with you at all. But good on you for being honest. Because I feel like later on in life, you'll definitely look back and go, oh, I wish I had said this, or I wish I had done that.
Yeah.
But if you do it, you're like, hey, I know that person's not interested.
And
Say, I love you.
if he's a good friend and he says, unfortunately, I'm not interested in you that way, if he's a good friend, he will try to maintain that relationship and will not want you to feel awkward about that. So a lot of it is on you to be like, all right, like, I put myself out there for this person and I got denied or rejected. I'm gonna move past it and like keep going with our friendship because I don't want that to change. Like, you have to be a big person in that situation.
Again, had that friendship since 2007. Here we are. My
There you
friend's
go.
totally fine with the fact that I was like, I like you, and he's like, thanks, but no thanks.
Dab, 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 dab.
Oh, Deb.
Now I write him a letter. I'm like, bitch, I have a daughter now. Everything's wonderful.
Bitch.
Fuck you, hope you've been well.
Yeah.
That actually happened to me in elementary school.
Say what?
There's this guy who I had like a huge crush on, and I thought he liked me too. And then I became friends with these other two girls, and he started hanging out with them more than me, and like was like all up in them. And I was
Did
just
you
like,
get the awkward, like, hey, what's your friend's phone number? You're like, it's 512.
I have gotten that before. Yeah.
Well, it's also hard too when you are friends with someone and like there is a confession of feelings because like as much as you were like, oh, this won't change our friendship, like it does.
Yeah.
It does.
It really
yes,
does.
It
Yeah.
does.
Like, you
I'm not
can't-
going to deny that for sure. But
Yeah.
you can move past that.
You can
change.
move past it, but
Yeah.
you both have to agree to move past it, or else like
That also means sometimes taking some time too. It's like, hey, we're gonna be friends in about a month.
yeah.
Yep.
Because I need to learn how to just be friends with you again.
Yeah.
There's
Yep.
nothing wrong with that, and honestly, I'd say it's kind of healthy.
Yeah,
To do that.
I agree. I have much more respect for people who say, listen, I need to have that boundary. I need that barrier. We have to step apart from our friendship. Then I've seen a lot of people like just kind of like blow it off. Like, oh, this person likes me, but whatever. We'll just hang out like we always have been. It's like, no, now it's weird. And this
Yeah.
person like thinks that maybe you'll build to more than there actually is there. And it's weird. Yeah. Just be clear about what's happening, please.
Yeah.
Don't play games.
But no, there is nothing wrong with you.
Yep,
That is
nothing
such an
wrong with you.
important Thing.
Yep.
Different strokes, different folks.
True.
Yes.
Also, I have no way to transition this. Hey, MeUndies is great.
Oh, they really are though.
They are.
You want to look good in your underwear.
Miles,
and be
how does your
comfortable.
ass look in these?
Are you kidding me?
They'll look
Good.
great.
It looks like an ass in me undies. I'll leave it at that.
Did you know that balance is hard to find?
Tell me about it,
Don't
sister.
sacrifice style or comfort. And check out MeUndies, Miles.
I will.
MeUndies will be the most comfortable pair of underwear you'll own. Can confirm.
I can too, actually. I have one
Man.
pair of me undies. Those are the first pair that I wear once they're out of the laundry.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I have pretty much all my underwear is now MeUndies.
Yeah, they have thong versions. I'm wearing
do.
them right now. Yeah,
Ooh.
they're
Me
comfortable.
too.
Still, no panty lines. Oh, nice. No panty lines for you too. That's good.
It's
good.
so sweet.
Well, they're made from sustainably sourced, naturally soft fabric that is 3 times softer than cotton. That's probably why you like them so much.
I love them.
Ultimate feel-good undies for when you want to feel naked but not be naked.
Ooh.
Ladies,
Excuse me, are you wearing underwear right now? No.
no.
I don't even
But can
know.
you tell exactly?
I'm wearing MeUndies wear. Ladies, you'll love the soft, eco-friendly fabric. It's so soft and touchable. There's a 100% satisfaction guarantee. They guarantee you will love your undies or your money back. Right now, MeUndies has an exclusive offer just for our listeners. Get 20% off your first pair and get free shipping and their 100% satisfaction guarantee and get the best and softest underwear you'll ever own. Go to MeUndies.com/open. Nice link. That's MeUndies.com/open. This is a limited time offer, so what are you waiting for? Start wearing the best underwear of your life. It changed my life. It really did. And it's time to let MeUndies change yours too. Go to MeUndies.com/open right now.
Boosh.
Kind of like how HBO is in television. It's HBO. MeUndies is in underwear. It's MeUndies.
It's MeUndies.
It really is.
Well, that's the end of the first episode of season 3, guys.
We gabbed.
Unfortunately, we talked so much that we didn't get to our question, Ask Us Anything, about our most fun memory from college. So we will be doing that in the post show.
Yes.
So tune into that.
It's my fault. I'm a chatty Cathy.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, it's a nice thing, you know, when you have so much to talk about and so much to
Yeah.
catch up on. It's just
Can't
conversation
stop.
flows.
Can't stop, won't stop. Also, we have a Facebook page
Yeah,
called
we
Always
do.
Open. We'll probably put a link to it in the description of this. So go like us on Facebook. We'll be posting some clips. We'll be chatting with you guys. All that fun stuff.
Hey, just season 3 of Always Open.
Cheers.
Come on. Black.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Always Open. On today's show, we're going to be talking about one of our guests Twitch streaming, surprise guest, if your career has ever gotten in the way of your dating life, and then a question from our box of issues, still another week not provided by the art department. I'm your host, Barbara Dunkelman, and with me today, I have...
Tyler Cope.
Mia Khalifa. There you go. And it's me, your friendly.
We're gonna go to Harvard.
Oh no! Our special guest, friendly neighborhood disaster.
Disaster today.
Just is a disaster all the time.
You're a walking disaster.
I really am.
In like emotional and physical and everything like that.
Functioning disaster.
Fully functioning disaster. I should put that on my resume.
What I aim to be.
Oh,
You're the opposite of disaster. We have Mia Khalifa with
Yeah.
us today, guys. That's awesome.
lovely, Mia Khalifa.
So lovely. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
We like to surprise our guests by introducing them before Mariel,
Yeah.
just so they can
that got me so off guard, and then I saw myself, and I was like, oh, they're on me. Oh my God, don't mess this up. Don't mess this
And I usually tell people before the show starts, it's like, okay, it's gonna go me, him, you, and
Yeah.
Mariel, and I forgot to tell
Give
you
me a
this time.
curveball. I like it.
It's my.
Well, then it's funny because then I have to follow up because usually if we have special guests, we sit them here, and then it's like it's
Yeah,
just
and it's
fucking
like this
me.
big exciting moment, and then
it's just me.
it's here every week.
It's your bitch.
It's your bitch, Mariel.
That's it.
All right, guys, let's do our shot. This one actually is provided by our very own Texas.
Yes, Mr. Texas, who we love so much.
And it's called the Texas Peach. And what did you say? It's fuzzy and
It's fuzzy and sweet like me.
fuzzy and sweet like him. So we're gonna do it all together.
I've been described that way before as well.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's
a
a
good-
Texas shot.
Tastes like Texas.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying like the state. His name is the state too. I've never done anything in Texas.
What if? Yeah, Texas is like, I beg to differ, bitch.
Even if I did, whatever, you know.
Listen, man, love is love.
Love is love. That's right.
I'm not gonna judge.
It all feels good.
Yeah. Even if it's in your own mouth, Tyler Co.
That's right.
I almost just want to let this play out and not get to the first segment and just see what happens. All right, well,
What do you want me to talk about?
we're gonna start off with
Texas fuzzy navel.
His fuzzy navel.
Is
Have you ever
it
seen
fuzzy?
it? Have
Do
you?
you got a?
Yeah.
Is it? I feel weird because I'll shave the nethers, but I'll
Oh,
leave.
you were completely shaved.
You're
Like a little
you're
bit.
shaven over
Oh
there.
my goodness.
Let's get that bowl
Also, who
right there.
beat you?
Oh, that's not a. So
That's.
that's oil. I was cooking a steak.
There it is.
Uh,
Look at her face. You remember when you-
no.
I cook.
Hold on, no.
I've seen oil.
So I was cooking a steak. I'll make this short. I was cooking a steak naked. Which is, everybody fucking thinks that's so weird to cook a steak naked.
I would be worried about
Was
the
there
oil.
someone else in the apartment?
No, it was just me. It was
Okay.
just me and my Alexa.
And your dick.
I was
And my
jamming.
Alexa.
And I might have been a little whiskey drunk, whatever. And like, I'm cooking a steak naked, and I flipped the steak, and oil just right there. It didn't hurt most. Everything's fine.
I would be nervous about other
It just
things
got
in the
me
area.
on my right side, so like here down.
Oh, in this scenario, I'm imagining him with just an apron covering.
Oh, see, I'm just
just
imagining him full erection.
yeah.
just like,
I thought that's what you
dick.
used to flip your steak.
I
was
was
your
not.
dick.
I was
That's not
not.
until
I
you
did
bite
not.
into the steak, though.
That's when you get the erection. I did not have. I was flaccid at the time.
Oh.
Thank God. It probably would have, like a mastiff, like it would have caught all the
my God.
the oil, and it just I would have had a spotted dick.
I think the worst that's ever happened to me with oil is it splashed up and my goggles protected it. It went right there. It would have gone right in my retina.
Holy shit.
You've been blind.
Yeah.
Oil is no joke, man.
That's why they invented aprons.
Yeah, and clothes.
I should get one of those.
Also, isn't spotted dick like a type of dessert?
I thought it was a disease.
It's probably both.
It could be both.
Probably both of the UK originated in
If
the
you
UK
have
too.
spots on your dick, you should get that checked.
Go to a
That's
doctor.
Good. Go to a doctor.
All right, well, we're going to start off with a little game we call Cupidity. Ooh. I don't know if you've ever played this.
He hasn't.
This is what we've done. We went to OkCupid, the very popular dating website, and we've taken the questions that they use when people create their dating profile, and we've just taken a bunch of them, and we're going to ask you guys the questions. All right.
It'd be quick.
And go. Is leaving your mark on the world important to you?
Yes.
If you were performing oral sex on a partner who accidentally farted, how would you react?
That's happened to him before.
It has. You just go up for air and go back down.
Okay.
Are you the person you want to be right now?
Oh God, I don't know. That's a loaded question. I hope not, but maybe. Shit.
Which would you? Oh,
You finish it. Finish it.
which would you rather win? Nobel Prize, Oscar, Super Bowl, or lottery?
Oscars.
What?
Oscar, really?
Didn't you
Lottery?
just tell me you're the resident sports guy?
I am. I don't want to win the Super Bowl.
He's too tiny to play.
I don't want CTE. I want to get an Oscar. I want to go.
No, okay,
the
but do you
fucking
actually have to work for it, or do I just get the ring?
You just get the ring.
I could be like, I could be Belichick or some shit like that. I don't want to be him.
I would choose the lottery.
I would fucking choose a lottery too.
Give me that money.
I don't need money. Money doesn't make you happy. You
Yeah, it
can't
does.
take that shit with you to heaven.
Nah, but you can build a big house to live here while you're.
I don't need a big house.
You could pay people to make you happy.
No, it does. Money does make life better.
It makes life
erases
easier.
most of life's problems.
Yes.
Like, it's crazy to act like it doesn't, but it will not make you, a rich person.
Money
inside.
doesn't buy happiness, it's true, but it does make a lot of your problems easier.
Unless
'Cause the-
cocaine is your favorite thing, and then it definitely makes you happy.
Yeah.
True. Then you could buy all the cocaine in the world.
You could.
We do not recommend drugs on the show. Please stay off drugs. Stay in school.
But
All
if
right.
you do the drugs, try them with me.
And share them with friends.
There
Exactly.
you go.
Exactly.
Aw.
Sharing is caring. All right, Mia. You're up. You ready?
Yes. Are they the same question?
No,
No,
they're different.
different questions.
Are you ready with the timer? And go. Do you think someone's choice of footwear can really say a lot about them?
Yes.
How come you come home and discover that someone's broken into your house and they're still inside? What do you do?
I run.
Would you ever consider hiring a detective to find out if someone is cheating on you?
Yes.
Do you think a straight man and a straight woman can truly be just friends?
Yes.
Could you date someone who is very funny but could never take anything seriously?
Yes.
Would you feel uncomfortable if a pet watched you masturbate?
They do.
Your dogs, right?
It's why I light the candles. I'm just kidding.
I would feel so uncomfortable if it.
Yeah,
They
you-
both just sit there and stare at me.
Yep.
They stare. Mine just like goes away. Like, she knows.
One
like-
of them used to like come and investigate, and I started like kicking him away.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on in there?
There have been times where I've been with a guy who's had a dog, and he didn't close the door properly, and the dog has come in and gotten involved.
That's
and
weird because you don't own an animal. I guess it's like
Like
being-
you get over it the first time. Like the first time,
Yeah.
you're like, whatever. And then
It's
it's
funny
like,
the first
whatever.
because like, you're watching me have sex and masturbate, but then you just get used to it.
Do they watch you poop too?
I don't do that.
Oh, okay. No.
Obviously, girls don't do
Yeah.
that.
No, we.
No girls do it.
Well, we discussed this on the first episode of Always Open. What we do is we draw pictures of poo and then flush it down the toilet.
That's exactly what happens.
That's what it is. That's
Yeah.
why it takes so long.
It's just my second complaint machine. That's all that comes out of there.
Well, it's funny because you don't have any animals, but
No, I don't.
there's been times where Oliver will scurry it.
As you're using your
Now,
womanizer.
is Oliver a cat or a dog?
Oliver's a dog.
Okay, good.
He's my girlfriend's dog, but sometimes he stays with me and hangs out.
We've discovered before the show that Mia is not a fan of cats.
Yeah, no cats.
No cats.
No cat zone.
So if you guys have cats at home, get fucked.
Yeah.
Listen, if you have a cat, just
I am
chance.
so on
No
board
chance.
with that. Like that's actually like a dating requirement
Same.
for me. It's like cat, vegan, and then a bunch of other shit.
can't
But,
date
like,
a vegan. Can't even. I won't even date a vegetarian.
thank
Yeah.
you.
You're a good girl.
You
Yeah,
expect me to eat
seriously.
your meat, but you won't eat mine?
Exactly.
Oh.
God damn, this woman's on point. You're on point. My
Yes.
new favorite person.
Yes.
Thank you. No cats, no vegetarians. No way. Deal
If,
breaker.
if you have a cat or you're a vegetarian, we still respect you.
We still like you.
Don't worry.
We just don't want to hang out with you
Just don't talk to me.
Often.
30 yards away.
We just don't want to date you.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Mariel.
Yes.
My little Mexican babushka.
That's me.
We ready with the timer?
Oh, did you hear that neck pop? It was
I heard
real.
that.
That was nice.
It was real.
That was good.
All right,
Right.
Mariel. Ready?
Yes.
And go. If you had to name as many famous scientists as you could remember and as many famous writers as you could remember, which list would be longer?
Writers, for sure.
Do you often find yourself doing things just to say you did them?
No. I do everything with a purpose, Barbara.
Would you prefer good things happen or interesting things?
Good things.
When you are feeling down or blue, which is most comforting for you? Food, sex, exercise, music?
Oh. Food, sex, exercise, music.
In that order.
In that order. I do love a good steak. Good steak will cheer me up more than anything.
Hey, you know what? You come to my place.
No, you come to my
more
place.
than steak in his
can't-
place.
Exactly.
No, you come to my place.
You get a bunch of meat. You get a show.
I get a show and some
Dinner
fireworks.
and a show.
And then you go to the hospital afterwards.
Yes.
Someone said something very interesting to me lately. It was about music, where when you're feeling happy, you listen to the beat, but when you're feeling sad, you listen to the lyrics.
BPM. They actually have a station on Sirius XM that's like that. It puts you in a good mood because the beat of the music mimics the beat of a heartbeat when you're happy.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's like 121 beats per minute or something.
Huh.
Yeah. Science.
Science.
I'm so happy.
Oh my
Okay.
God! You were the girl who made the backhand shot on Edward's Instagram.
Nothing but net.
Oh shit!
Yes, that was me! Dude, fucking baller!
Oh my God!
Yes, that's
How
me.
is that not on Bleacher Report, by the way?
I don't know. Share
I
it.
like how you remember that all
Well,
of a sudden.
actually,
right now.
okay, I'm gonna tell you something else.
Sorry?
No. We have met before, and I'm gonna describe the situation and see if
God,
you remember.
Did I tell you? Oh.
No. Okay, it wasn't anything bad. No, it was. So Edward, we both have a mutual friend
Yes.
who works here at Rooster Teeth, who used to work at the Child.
Yes.
He's
like-
my employee, by the way.
He works for Barbara, so we're all connected in some way.
Edward
right?
is just
He is.
Don't say good things.
a little angel.
We all hate him. But Edward and I have been we've been really good friends since we went to college together and we've kind of grown up in our young adult life together. But I think you were freshly here in Austin, and we all went out to 6th Street, and you met up with our group because our friend Ethan, it was his birthday.
That wasn't even when I lived here. That was when I came to visit here the first time ever, and then
Yes.
I decided to move here.
Yes.
Oh my
And you
gosh.
slow danced with my friend Ethan.
Oh, I did, and it was to Billy Joel.
Yeah, that's him and his girlfriend's song.
Are you serious?
But funny story was that that was his dream. He was just we're there, and that's what he wanted to do. And it was
Me and Tyler are just
We
listening
slow danced
intently.
on a stage
Yes.
in front of
On, 6th
at
Street.
least 100 people.
Yes.
On Dirty Six.
Which Billy Joel song?
Is
it Vienna, maybe?
Remember?
It wasn't Piano Man.
Yeah.
Because he had already played that 4 times.
New York State of Mind.
No, it was.
I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I don't
love
remember.
Billy Joel.
But we were doing a pub crawl for Ethan's.
Yeah, he was
birthday.
wearing a sash and everything. I
Yes.
still have that picture of him and I hugging.
Yeah, and I have a picture of you, me, and my girlfriend from that night, which is you
need to post that.
Yeah.
Let me tell
if you find it, we'll post it.
When
right?
you see that picture, don't judge me because I had been in Texas for about 12 hours and I was just so happy to be back here. I made them take me to Allen Foods. I got my boots. I got cutoffs. I had my tied flannel. I had a
God.
cowboy hat and everything that night.
Yes.
I'm sure you look
My
very
giant
cute.
Texas belt buckle. It was
amazing.
It was a great night.
I still don't have proper cowboy
and I was
boots.
so drunk. That's why I don't.
No.
remember.
I mean, it was also just random happenstance.
Of course.
But yes, that was me, and I have no athletic. I played softball in high school because obviously. But and I'm pretty decent at it.
What are you trying to say?
I'm a big old gay. I don't know.
She's a big old gay.
But yeah, we were shooting that. Edward was just hey, come and he was we're just gonna throw some shots behind your head at a basketball wearing the new Rooster Teeth jersey.
Nothing but net.
Literally, I said nothing but net, and I threw it over my head, and it fucking made it.
Well,
and we lost our shit because I
told
had no
me-
ounce of it.
He told me the plan for that was that he was going to get you doing that, and obviously you weren't going to make it in, and he was going to do some shitty clearly the basketball being held by someone going into the net, and he's but she made it!
I made it, and we both lost our shit because
It was the best because she didn't know that she had made it until he was oh my god, and she turns around and just starts
I was
That would have been
running
funny if
around.
he was bullshitting you, though.
Yeah,
That would have been great.
hilarious.
Yeah, it would have been. Or I wish I would have kept it cool, be yeah, of course I fucking.
Yeah,
But
Cool guys don't look back at explosions.
that's true.
it's true.
But yeah, I actually had people, because I posted it on my Instagram too, and a lot of people were like, that's fake. And I was like, no, I swear to God, like, it wasn't.
How do you fake? I mean, it's in the
That
same
enthusiasm.
shot.
I know,
No, not
right?
even
Like,
that.
I can't
Not
fake
even
being
that.
that happy.
Yeah.
Because the ball goes out of the shot, it goes over, it like arches, but her enthusiasm, you can't fake that.
Whew, it was good. Anyway, so that's me and Mia catching up.
Gotcha.
You guys do your own show.
Sorry, guys.
Oh shit, yeah. That's what
Gotta
we're
do my
doing.
questions,
do the
Meryl.
show.
I could never host this show because I would just be like, so I don't fucking care.
What
like,
are we
what's
doing
going on?
next?
All right, Barbara. All right.
Are you ready with
ready?
my timer? I got a thumbs up.
All right. And go. If the technology to freeze your age and not get any older was available, but the trade-off was that you had to act that way forever, which age would you stop at?
25.
Which of these is your most frequent partner in sexual fantasies? People you're currently obsessed or in love with, people you've had sex with but don't know. What? A celebrity or a completely made-up fantasy person?
The first one. Guys who I
You're currently
know.
obsessed with?
Yeah.
Do you believe that aliens exist?
Yes.
If you were about to die, what would you want to do with your money? Donate it to Mariel.
Don't. Yeah, I'd probably give it to my family and friends.
Her eyes got so much. No, she's a conspiracy theorist. I saw her eyes get huge
With the
when you asked
aliens?
about aliens.
Oh,
yeah.
aliens absolutely
She's got like a
exist.
map of Area 31 in
Yeah.
her bedroom.
I have all like the tinfoil hat.
Well, it would make sense because you are.
No, aliens absolutely. We talked about this on a previous
Oh, yeah,
show,
we have
but
talked about
I
aliens.
completely agree
No, hands
with
down,
everyone who
100%.
thinks aliens.
Yeah.
There's no way there's not.
Completely.
We're not
There's
the only
part
life
of- Yeah.
in this entire universe. Absolutely not.
The impossibility would be
That's
that
so
we're the
vain to
only
think we
ones.
are.
I know,
I
right?
know.
Exactly.
But ghosts? I don't think so.
Well, I want to know about. Do you guys believe
Oh.
in alternate universes?
How dare you?
That's a little.
So, like,
think
I
out of
question
my
that.
realm.
Like, are there alternate timelines where there's like 100 Tylers, Mia's, Mariel's, and Barbara's that are like living different lives?
Oh, I want to know. I
I would love to.
Like, am I the best out of me?
No.
I definitely am
Like,
not
if
the
I
best out
went
of
to
me.
go visit the other me's and I found out that this Tyler is the best one, I'd be very sad.
What is
Yeah.
all?
I'd be like,
what is
where's
all
the guy
Tyler
that
doing
took-
right?
Or like,
What is alt Tyler doing?
God, I hope something more than this.
Really?
Like doing something like, being a doctor, saving lives.
Or maybe
being
he's
a-
like a shitty person.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe
that's
he's
Well, you
this
already got
version.
this.
Yeah, this is this version.
But maybe he's like, like a murderer or like.
Maybe there's one where
Drug
like,
addict,
I'm
thief,
married to
dude.
like Jennifer Lawrence. That'd be
Oh.
cool, but she treats me like shit, and I'm really sad.
I feel like she
Yeah.
would anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
feel like
if
she
that
She just
would-
seems like she wears the pants and she seems bossy.
like she's
love
living
her,
her
though.
life. She
Yeah.
is priority over you, even
Yeah.
if you were dating.
Yeah.
She's like the one celebrity I would want to be friends with. Which I
Friends,
don't-
really?
Friends.
Friend.
Yeah.
I think like the hype with J Law, it's like
I
over for
agree.
me.
Yeah, it's
You think
done.
so?
I was never on the J-Law horse.
Yeah.
I said horrors for a second. I'm
I mean,
like,
she was
what'd you call her?
Like Silver Lining, she was like.
Yeah, Silver Linings was great. Bone, what's it called?
Oh,
Something
Winter's Bone.
Winter's
her
Bone.
best. She
Fucking
with
amazing.
Her first movie. Yeah,
I didn't see that movie.
It's a great
That's
movie.
good.
If you want to cry,
She peaked.
she peaked.
go watch it.
Well, I have no good way to transition into this. But thank you, Lyft, for sponsoring this episode of Always Open.
How I got here.
There you go.
Oh, hey, there you
Hey.
go. Lyft knows that their drivers are what keeps them moving, so they do everything they can to make sure their drivers are happy on every trip. It's a simple formula. Happy drivers mean happy passengers. Maybe that's why 9 out of 10 rides get a perfect 5-star rating. You could earn hundreds of dollars a week plus tips. You want to earn more money? Drive more. It's never been easier to give yourself a raise. Lyft was the first rideshare platform with tipping built right into the app, because getting tipped shouldn't depend on your passengers having a crumpled bill in their pocket. Right, Tyler? I thought you were going to say something. You keep 100% of the tips, and they add up fast. Drivers have been paid over $200 million since the feature was first introduced. And Express Pay lets you get paid almost instantly instead of waiting for weeks. So join the ride-sharing company that believes in treating its people better. Go to lyft.com/alwaysopen today, and you could get a $500 new driver bonus. That's lyft.com/alwaysopen, lyft.com/alwaysopen. Limited time only. Terms apply. Thank you, Lyft. And thank you for getting Mia here.
Yeah.
I don't go to strip club, but I used to work there.
Did you really?
Which one?
Perfect 10.
Oh, okay. In Dallas?
It's where the girls are.
Oh, it's off the highway. Oh, gross.
Aren't most of them off the highway? Like,
Yeah,
look,
they,
Yellow
easy
Rose
access.
is like off
Yellow
the
Rose, you
mark.
gotta kind of go far.
Laziel there.
Yeah. But yeah,
doing parkour.
Perfect 10. I used to be
Wait,
like,
hold on. You guys missed this.
Wait, I did.
She said she tore her ACL doing parkour at Yellow Rose.
Word.
Was it open stage night or something?
No, I know. I was outside.
Not that I would assume you
smoking
do.
a
I'm just
cigarette,
saying, like,
trying to do parkour.
what were you doing parkour on?
Off of what, like a barrier?
No, I was with like some stunt double friends, and they were like doing cool parkour shit, and I was in
course.
heels and drunk, and I was like, I want to do cool parkour shit.
What'd you take us through?
You know, out back, there's like
Paint the picture.
Which one?
Yellow Rose.
Oh, the little confined smoking
Yes.
area? Oh, God.
Yes.
Yeah, the dungeon?
So exactly.
Yeah.
So I went like running at this like kind of ledge. Not really. Like it looks like there used to be a parking lot there, and it's a bumper so that cars can't go over.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I jumped off of that, and then I tried to like jump onto one of the walls, and didn't work. When I landed, I just fell. Stayed on the ground for like a good 5 minutes, and then got up and asked for another drink. But my friends made me go to the hospital.
And you found out you had a torn ACL.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jesus.
Partial tear. I'm fine.
That's parkour. That's parkour.
Parkour. That should be the title of this episode.
you
Hardcore
go.
parkour.
There you go.
That's a tongue twister. All right. Well, Mia, I want to talk about your Twitch streaming. Because we at Rooster Teeth are very familiar with Twitch and streaming and video games and all that stuff. But you recently-ish?
Yes, very recently. I would say mid-June is when I
Mid-June?
started
Got into it?
streaming. Yeah, it's been so much fun.
Yeah?
The whole community's been very supportive and helpful, and everybody's been offering advice on like how to read the chat and how to keep up with everything. And it's a really, really nice community of people who want to help each other.
That's the only thing I hear about Twitch is that everyone who's like part of the Twitch community is
Yeah.
like the nicest group of people.
Yeah,
in the
they
world.
really are. Like they just want to help you, and they just want to make. They don't see you as competition. They see you as, oh, you are going to make Twitch better, and you're going to open Twitch up to more people. Like,
Yeah.
they're very welcoming of new streamers.
Have you always been a gamer?
I wouldn't say I'm a gamer. There are video games that I've played. I don't go out of my way to like try new ones.
Mm-hmm.
I played Halo. I played Destiny. World of Warcraft is like my main one. That I've been playing that since high school.
Did you ever do Diablo?
No.
See, I was
It's
on the
very
opposite side of
similar
that.
to World of
Yeah,
Warcraft,
yeah.
though, and
Love that.
I feel like anyone who plays World of Warcraft doesn't play Diablo.
Yeah,
and anyone who
it's- yeah,
plays
it's-
Diablo doesn't play WoW.
Yeah.
It's just like Coke Pepsi or left
Pepsi.
left Twix, right Twix.
Yeah.
I never got that thing.
Oh,
That's like a marketing.
I'm a lefty for sure.
Wait, so you just don't
Twix?
eat the right one?
No, I threw it away. It's for
I should hang out with you more often so I could eat your other Twix. I love Twix.
Me eat your Twix.
I never find any.
I do love Twix too. And I don't just bite into it. I peel the caramel off and then.
Oh my gosh, you have a whole method.
Yeah.
I have a method
You're a monster.
with fortune cookies. So I break it in half, and then the half that the fortune is stuck in, I'll take the fortune out, I'll read it. Oh no, I eat the first half. That
So
is
far,
stuck
this
in.
sounds very standard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I take it out, I eat the half that the fortune is stuck in, and if I like the fortune, then I'll eat the other half. If I don't, I leave it.
That's a lot of self-control. Teach me your ways.
Yeah, no, I'll eat the cookie regardless.
Do you eat your food all together?
What is that?
Like mush it up.
Like when I eat my food, like if I had steak, potatoes, and green beans, I eat one thing before I move on to another thing.
I have a friend who did this in high school. We all went to get McDonald's, and you get the drink, the fries, and the burger, or whatever. He would eat the burger, finish it, eat all the fries, finish it, and then drink his whole drink.
I do the same thing. I'll have a glass of milk and I won't drink my glass of milk or
Then it
whatever.
gets
That
hot.
is such a white person thing, by the way.
Yes, it
Dinner?
is. Yes.
Oh, I drink milk with everything. Like
Also, why though?
I don't know. It's just like
But don't
it's
you get
like a
thirsty when you're
neurotic.
eating?
No, it's like I mean, she's seen me eat. I eat like a fucking
Yeah.
madman.
You
But,
can't go
like,
out with Tyler and eat. Or
I finish all
else
her
he, like,
meals.
He eats all.
Oh,
my
we need
shit.
to hang out more, Tyler.
I eat I look forward to because I finish first and then I stare at Mary.
He literally will sit there and he'll be
I
like,
just look like a dog, like like at the table. I'm like just waiting for her to finish so I can.
and it's not even like, I remember one time we went to Snooze and I had like an omelet.
place.
And you had like pancakes and an omelet and like all these other things. And you ate all of it before I could even get like 4 bites into mine. And then you just
my
sat there
God.
staring.
Are you single?
I
He can't answer that question.
I need
You
a
okay?
Snickers.
Sorry. Should me and Meryl leave and just?
Yeah. It's fine.
Ugh.
I don't mind watching.
Moment.
That'd be cool.
I do like watching.
What else?
The stare down with that. I like watching.
Do you just play? Because on Twitch you can do all sorts of things.
No, I do
Yeah.
play video games, and it's been so like. My favorite video game of all time is actually one that I just played recently. It was called Until Dawn.
Okay.
Yes, okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah, and right now I'm playing.
You played that with Edward.
Heavy Rain.
Yeah, I did. I watched it.
Yeah.
So what made you want to start doing that? Because that's like a big departure.
It is. I've had my friend Jeff in my ear ever since I moved to Austin saying you should get a Twitch channel, you should start like Twitch streaming, and
Yeah.
I don't think I was mentally ready to take it on until very recently. And
Gotcha.
he does Twitch streams as well for his company, and he also does them like on his own, and so he was a huge help.
That's
getting
awesome.
Into it.
It's always nice having that person who knows a lot about those things and could just help
Not
you
just
get
that,
right into it.
he sets up my equipment.
Yeah,
There you go.
there you go. Get yourself a Jeff.
Get yourself a Jeff.
Oh, and a Texas.
And a Texas.
Hey.
Hi.
Jeff will set you up. Texas will make you pretty to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And keep you drunk.
Oh, give me that lemon. You know I want that.
That's you should.
You know I'll take that later. I'll take it a little snack later.
Like,
I'll get to it.
Meryl, I don't know if you do this, but Meryl will eat a whole lemon with salt on it.
It's the best snack, dude. She's like, you're fucking weird.
No, that's very foreign of you.
Foreign, is
Yeah.
it? Well, I am Mexican.
My grandma
I'm, like,
loves
Mexican.
that.
Your grandma and I,
Yeah.
good people. Your
Good
grandma and I.
people.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. man.
We're so white.
Yeah,
on
you're
this
fucking white. people. Your
Is
glass
that why
of
you
milk.
separated us?
Yeah, that's actually why they do it.
It's for the lighting, actually.
Um,
kidding.
if you guys were Twitch streamers, what would you stream?
What would I stream?
Yeah.
I
'Cause you
actually
can
have a
Twitch. You can do games, right? But you can also do other things.
Oh,
Like,
I've
it's
streamed from the mall before. What? Like trying to find a dress for an event that I had that night.
Yeah, and I think Twitch recently started like a whole like lifestyle.
Yeah, it's called IRL. That's what I
IRL,
stream and when
yeah.
I do my cooking streams.
And I think I'd prefer
yeah.
to do stuff like that, like cooking or crafting or something like that.
It's so fun.
Because I've played video games before. I'm not a big gamer, and everyone knows I'm not a
Yeah.
big gamer, and I feel like I would just be kind of like faking it a little
Yeah.
bit. Until like, I'm sure I could find something I actually like to play and
Yeah.
would want to stream, but I think I would have to really learn how to play a game and talk at the same time because I'm a very one-focused type of person.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I can't concentrate on two things at once, like reading a chat and playing something. I'd just be like ignoring them the whole
It's
time.
very hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard. I still don't have it down. Like I still have Jeff there to read the chat to me while I'm playing or
that's
while I'm cooking and stuff.
Get yourself a
A
Jeff.
lot of,
y'all.
a lot of people do that,
Seriously.
yeah.
What would you play?
What do you think I do? I'm just gonna stick with the same.
Well, I think that you and I would do the same thing. We would just grill steaks.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would love to just do a show with you where we just cook.
just grill
'cause we
steaks.
love doing it. I mean, that's
Naked?
What we do.
We love meat.
That's the
Come on
thing,
my
is
stream and do that. Let's have a cook-off.
I would
Okay.
be naked
Ooh.
the entire
should.
time.
Well,
Yeah.
girl, I'm about to get a.
Let's do it.
My whole life is surrounded this, but I'm about to get a big green egg, a grill. You know the
Yes.
ceramic grills? Come over. We'll grill some steaks.
Oh my god.
Or
we should
why don't
totally
let's
do
do
it.
wings. I cook mean wings.
Oh, so do I. And I use the yellow bird sauces.
I use
Sorry, bud.
Frank's.
I cook nothing.
Usually,
You can
that's
eat-
what
you
most
can come
people
eat.
like. Like I'll use hotter stuff.
I be
I
like-
like it really spicy, but like,
Here's it.
yeah,
We'll come.
Yeah.
We'll come and
You guys all
we'll,
cook for me.
we'll grill some. We'll grill some
Cook some
wings.
wings.
Barbara will come eat them.
There we go.
Boom. Done.
There we go.
I'm so-
You're invited too. Yes, everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
No, it'll be Mia versus Tyler.
Yes. Okay.
Wing
I'll-
off.
I like that.
on.
Wing off.
Make a
It's
graphic.
All right.
on.
I like that. Yes.
It'll be you two like
I'll bring you an
head-to-head.
apron.
Yes. Please do. Yeah. I will. I
No
promise.
cooking.
I will wear my clothes.
But it's
for-
just
for
a
this
dick
one.
apron. Like, it's not anything
Yeah, it's like
else.
dick
It's
towel.
just
That's what
for
I need.
dick.
Yeah.
Little elephant.
It's just, yeah.
You gotta make it.
Yeah,
you
just
gotta make
very
sure it's
small.
the right
What is your Twitch channel so people could?
It's
check it?
twitch.tv/Mia Khalifa.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll put it in the description too.
Awesome. I want to give you a little plug there. Well, let's move on to our Ask Us Anything question. This one comes to us from Ross K. Roscoe. And Ross asks, has your career ever gotten in the way of your dating life?
You should answer this question first.
Yeah.
I should?
Yeah.
Yes. So, for multiple reasons. One, I'm fucking busy as shit.
Yeah.
Like, I do not have time to date or go out a lot.
You hardly have time to do this show.
I hardly have time to do this show. And it's like just, and I don't, it's hard to explain to other people. And the second way it's gotten in the way is just, I can't tell people my full name when I'm dating because they could find out everything about me. Even if they know my last name, they could find out where I was born, where I work, what my parents' names are, because it's all on the internet.
Oh, that's not your real last name?
It is.
Oh, it is.
But I just don't tell people.
Oh, okay, because they can. Okay.
Yeah, so like, you know, I'm on all these dating sites, dating apps, I guess they're called now. And I don't have my Instagram linked to it. I don't have my job on it. I have no information. And so whenever people are talking to me on these things, they're like, what's your Instagram? Or give me your number. And it's like, let me meet you in person first so I could explain a little better as to who the fuck I am. Because
So you do all your correspondence through the apps and stuff.
through the
before you
apps.
move on.
Yeah, and usually people are very understanding, which is really nice. Where I'm like, hey, I prefer to meet you in person before I give you my number or tell you my last name. I'm just a little more private. And usually people are good about that, but other people are like, what the fuck do you do?
Yeah.
Are you in the CIA?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I am.
I just have an interesting job and an interesting position. So let's meet in person. So I don't know if it's gotten in the way of my dating life, but it definitely is awkward sometimes. If
Do you
that
find
makes
that
sense.
it sometimes like enhances it though? Because I found that way, like as far as like traveling and stuff like that can get in the way of like a new relationship when you first meet somebody and then like you kill the momentum by like, hey, I got to be gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks. But
Yeah.
as far as like, you know, when you're talking to somebody, like you can tell them like, hey, I'm in entertainment. That's always kind of like, it's an interesting thing. Like
It
people
is.
kind of get attached to that. Not to be like, hey, we're badasses, but like when you tell somebody, hey, what was your day? Like if you did an immersion or something.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of a cool thing to tell
And
somebody.
no, and guys have been very intrigued and very like excited about stuff. Like once I got to know them better and they found out what I do, they've been like very into it. I think it comes more from a perspective of like if it doesn't go well, like if we do go on a first date and it doesn't, like obviously I don't see a future with this person or like it's not good, but then they somehow like we talked about what I did, so they know now they know where I work and they know how to find me online. Whereas if you aren't so much in the public eye, it's a little harder. Like when you have a first date and you want to just peace
Yeah.
out and never talk to them again, it's a little easier that way. But if they know that stuff about you, they could start following you and, you know,
Get real
it's
creepy.
it's
No,
kind of a
I know what
creepy
you mean.
situation. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like hard to talk about because a lot of people watching might not be able to relate, and I'm sorry about that. And it comes
It is
off
very
a little,
unrelatable.
It comes
Yeah,
off a
it's
little.
super unrelatable.
I
It's very
relate to
relatable.
it.
And it comes off a little douchey, and I apologize, but it's I think people might be
What's also just the nature of the situation.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just a complicated thing.
I find it weird when, like, I can't even entertain the thought of dating someone who thinks that it was cool that I did porn. Like, anyone who's a little too into it is just like red flag right away.
Yeah, because it's weird to think about people.
But then it's hard to find wholesome, nice young gentlemen who are okay with that. Like the first relationship I had after I did porn was very hard because I think he was a little ashamed to like bring me around like his family and like,
really?
his friends. Yeah.
How
And
long
I
were you
fe-
dating for?
We did it for about a year,
Oh wow.
but I never met his family, and this like switch went off that like maybe he was ashamed when I found out that like a month later he started dating a girl, and then a month after that he introduced her to his whole family. So that was like a slap in the face to me, like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Clearly there
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
thing involving that. Yeah, I imagine it's difficult in the position that you're in.
Yeah.
To find wholesome.
Like a lot
good
of
people.
guys want to like hook up with me, but it's hard to find someone who's willing to be okay with the attention, the past, like the internet, just all of that.
Are you on any like dating sites or?
God, no.
Yeah, I imagine.
Everyone would think I was a catfish.
That's true.
It's true. It's true. Which it's funny because like I see people tweeting me all the time of like, oh, you're not Katrina who's 23
Yeah.
from Portland, and they like
Yeah.
have pictures of me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sure that happens to everyone who's
Yep.
like,
And there's people who try and catfish us.
yeah.
to me recently.
You want to talk about that?
I mean, we
Wait,
can't.
what?
Girl.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
she tried- someone tried to catfish
my
her.
God. So, it was. I don't want to take away from the story. I'll try and make it quick. But
No, it's a great story.
it's. So I had this person who was commenting on like my pictures and stuff on Instagram, And I went to their profile and I was like, whoa, 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 this is 100% a fake person because they're way too attracted to have 80 followers on Instagram. Like, it didn't make any sense.
See, 300 I can see. That's just a private
But
person.
she had so many photos up and only 80 followers.
80
which
followers.
On Instagram, usually if you're a very attractive person and you post a lot of photos.
Doesn't matter.
And
Like
if your
you
profile is
have
open.
to know more than 8, like more than 80
know
people.
80 people.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I was like, oh my gosh, this is a fake person. But like, then I completely forgot about it. A few weeks later, she starts commenting on more of my pictures, and then I'm like, oh, there's that catfish again. And then she messages me, and I'm like, oh yes, I got her now. Like, I'm gonna find out as much info as I can. And we have a really good friend who used to work here, who's basically a private eye. Like, she should become a private eye because she like can
Whenever
find
we're like, who's this
anyone or
person?
anything. So she, I told her, I was like, this is all I have. Here's an Instagram link. This is all I have. Like, help me. And so she came back. She's like, yeah, I can't find anything, but like, I don't know. And I was like, okay, well, I was like, it doesn't really matter anymore. Whatever. My girlfriend was completely in the know. Like, it wasn't like I was messaging some random person without like you know, she thought it was kind of funny. So anyway, a few weeks later, Emily, our PI friend, comes back and she's like, hey, did you ever find out anything else about that person? I was like, oh no, I kind of forgot about it. And she's like, let me do one more search. She's like, I just found some notes that I took because she's like serious about it.
She's very serious.
She's the best person in the world.
Yeah.
So she's like, she comes back and she messaged me like 20 minutes later. She's like, holy shit, I found her. I found the real person. And so
Which
like,
I don't know how the fuck she did.
Reverse Google image.
well, no,
search.
but it was on Instagram
Instagram.
pictures, which is super hard to do because, like, I guess the way it's posted, whatever. So she found the real person. She was like, here's her profile. Of course, it was some, you know, the same girl, but like with like thousands of followers. And I was like, of course, this is who you really are. And she's like, oh, well, you got to message her and let her know. And so I do it. I'm like, hey, like, this is super weird, but like, I'm on this show and this person has commented multiple times about the show and being a big fan, but like she's using your pictures. We know it's a fake, just so you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And she messaged back and she was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, this has happened to me so many times. Like, you wouldn't believe, like, people
Yeah.
are so weird, whatever. And I just want to be like, well, congrats on being so fucking hot.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to look
Everyone
at
wants
pictures,
to
man.
use your
Like-
photos. Does that happen to you ever? People use your photos to catfish?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not only do they use my photos to catfish, there is a very successful and lucrative Twitter account that is my name, but like with an extra I in there so
Or
no
like
one
they
notices.
use like a capital I instead
They
of
have
an L
like
or something?
300,000 followers, more than 300,000 followers, and they ask for money through PayPal.
That
So
is
I'm basically funding their kids'
bullshit.
college funds. without
Can you not, can, Tyler, do you run that account?
It's Tyler.
Could you not report that?
That's how I got verified.
Okay.
Like I was like, dude, like these people, this person is stealing money from people.
Yeah, and they have 300,000 followers.
Yeah.
Because
for a
isn't
fake
your
account.
your Twitter or your Instagram? I think it's like not. What is it? What's your Instagram handle?
Now it was not the fake Mia
Not
Khalifa,
the-
but
yeah,
then I got
that's what
Mia
it was.
Khalifa back
Okay.
and I got it verified.
Okay, that's what it was. Not the fake. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But catfishing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a thrill ride for me for like a whole month.
Have you ever catfished someone?
I've never catfished anybody.
Have you ever been catfished?
I don't think so. I mean, I've had people.
I don't think so.
I mean, you know, people have messaged me. You know, I leave my my Twitter open because you never know what you're gonna
Any
get.
catfish who has Tyler's dick pics, send it to Ruth.
Hey, I've
Just-
never
just
sent a dick pic.
always
Never in my
open.
life.
Straight to Mia.
Always open at roosterteeth.com. We'll forward
Never
it
sent a
over.
dick pic.
Oh no, now we're gonna get fake dick pics
I
from
don't want
people.
dick pics. Don't send me dick pics. I'm that guy that answers the unknown phone call. Like, I just
never.
like the mystery of.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a lot of mystery left in this world. You know.
It's true.
We got all these spaceships flying around. They're taking pictures. They're like, yeah, it's a thing. I want to know who's on the other end of the line.
I'll open my Snapchats occasionally and make them public, and I stop every time I get a dick. And then I
Yeah.
close it, and then I'll open it again.
I open up my Snapchats for a little bit.
Yeah, we both did it at the same time.
Kind of interesting.
Didn't they change that recently where now if you open it up, people could also call you via Snapchat?
They can call you. Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's why I
Which
was gonna do that
has
the
only
other
happened to me once, and it was when we did that like Snapchat roulette video.
Ugh.
But dating,
day. Yeah.
we went off on a whole tangent.
Well, has it gotten in the way of your stuff,
I don't know. I don't think so.
or has it helped you?
It kind of depends. I don't know if it's helped. I don't really tell people what I do. Like, actually, this is crazy. Ladies out there, you need to make better choices. Because there was a time in my life, like for a year, I got laid off from my my radio job for about 4 to 5 months. I went on 3 dates that were very successful dates in their own right, where I straight up told them, like, yeah, I'm an unemployed guy. and they didn't find anything wrong with that. Which isn't like the biggest deal in the world to not have a
Well, you
job.
look put together. That's why.
I guess so.
You
Well,
don't
thank
look
you. I
like
appreciate that. But like,
Well, this is just today. You should
it's
see him
just,
like when he's not filming.
I'm lowballing every day.
He doesn't always wear purple pants.
Most
Oh
of the
my
time,
God, you're wearing purple
Yeah,
pants.
most of the
I didn't
time
notice that.
I'm not even wearing pants. I mean, we already clarified that with the steak.
Well, we know how you cook.
Yeah. But no, I don't think so. Like, it's just, yeah. Don't date unemployed guys. I mean, it's okay if you do, but like, make sure they have a goal or a future or something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily agree with that.
Well, I don't know. For me, it was strange.
I
like,
think it's good to be ambitious and to be able to take care of yourself and whoever you're with. But also sometimes people are just in between jobs.
no, and I totally get that. I
Yeah.
get that. Seriously.
But maybe just find someone who's got
Just
their
don't.
shit together.
Yeah, don't. I don't have my shit.
Don't date Tyler.
Don't
is
date
what
him.
we're trying to say.
That's a.
You got a job now?
Listen, I've done it before. I'm
Here?
still doing it.
I do.
I'm still dating you.
Not for long.
Not for long.
Yeah.
No, shit.
This is where we tell you that you're fired.
I wouldn't.
And I'm here to replace you.
That's fine.
There
I
we
think
go.
actually,
Infinitely better.
I think
Yes.
most people would be okay with
It's
it.
basically saying you have. But I'm sure you both have the same sports knowledge.
I think she knows a little more actually.
I would say that you
Well,
do.
I know a little about a lot. Like I know
Yeah.
about a lot of sports, like lacrosse, Tour de France, random obscure.
Which is awesome.
Sports.
It's cool.
And you're a hockey fan,
I am a hockey fan.
which I respect.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's where my heart
My
is.
Canadian soul sister.
There you go.
So sister.
We'll talk sports after the show because if we start talking sports right now,
Never end.
nobody's gonna watch this thing.
We should
That's
do
just-
like
that's
a
lesson.
like a spin-off of Sports
We should.
Ball for Always Open called Sports Balls.
We should do that. We'll host it. Yeah, I got to
you
tell you about the time I saw Lance in France.
You saw Lance in France?
I did
Why
on
don't
the
you talk
final
about it?
day
Go
back
for
in
it.
like 2000.
Wait,
we can move
2000.
on.
Yeah, we'll move on. We'll talk after the show about
Well, what
that.
about
yeah.
you? I mean, you talk about the catfishing, but you're in a relationship.
I'm in a relationship, and I've been in a relationship. I think I've been in a relationship now for 2 years, and I think pretty much right then is when I started to be more on camera here and
Yeah.
everything. And I remember when I first met my girlfriend, we were talking about like our jobs, and I was like, oh yeah, I work for this company and called Rooster Teeth, and she was like, oh cool, like what's that? And I told her like, oh, like they used to do Red versus, or I mean they still do Red versus Blue, and she was like, oh yeah, I remember watching that in high school. And so like that's like the extent of my thing, because I don't date.
There was a guy I hung out with who, like, I had seen him a few times and we were just like friendly and whatnot, and he asked me more about Rooster Teeth. He's like, well, what kind of stuff do you do there? And I was like, well, there's this show I host. He's like, what's it called? I'm like, it's called Always Open. And so he pulls it up on his phone right there and he starts watching it. And he's like, this is really fucking funny.
Yeah, it is.
And he kept watching it. And I'm just like, are you gonna watch the whole fucking episode right now? He's like, I kinda, yeah, is that okay? And I'm like, yeah. And I was just like, are you just gonna watch all the episodes? He's like, are you gonna talk about me? And I'm like, no.
There you go.
You are not interesting enough to be talked about yet, sir.
I'm
Yet.
only gonna talk about you.
Slow your
talking
roll.
about me.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Well, thanks Movement also for sponsoring this episode of Always Open. I haven't moved much.
There you go.
Right now.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's pretty.
Thank you. This episode of Always Open is brought to you by Movement Watches. I'm just gonna hold my hand here the whole time. I love the watch that they sent me. It's great, it's sleek, and it's stylish. Check it out. It's like this really cool, like goldish, rose gold kind of color. And I always get tons of compliments when I wear it out. Movement was started by two broke college kids that wanted to wear stylish watches, but couldn't afford them, so they started their own watch company. The watches start at just $95. At department stores, you're looking at $400 to $500. Movement figured out that by selling online, they were able to cut out the middleman and the retail markup, providing the best possible price. They offer classic designs, quality construction, and styled minimalism. Get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com/open. That's mvmt.com/open. Now is the time to step up your watch game. Join the movement.
Beautiful. Get a watch. Stay on time.
It's like the Black Panthers, but better.
Exactly.
Never be late.
Wait.
Never be late.
Wait. You mean Thundercats? Or were you saying like Black Panther Party?
Like the Olympics.
Oh, like the holding up the fist. Okay. I was like, maybe, I don't know. Where were you going with that?
I knew where she was
like,
going.
Yeah, I'll get behind the Black Panthers. Why not?
There you go. Why not?
Hey, that was good.
You better
It's
fight.
more like you got to do really
Wait,
pronounced
wrong hands.
head down, fist up like this.
Yeah.
There we go.
Exactly.
There's your
Wearing the black glove.
Black Panther salute.
So I just think of Beastie Boys.
Oh, yeah.
What?
You got to
Fight for your right to party.
For your right to party.
Beastie Boys really do represent everything the Black Panther and
Yes.
African Americans in general stand for in this
The
country.
Beastie Boys almost single-handedly ended racism.
Yes.
Yep.
Everyone overlooks that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget about that all the time.
Thanks, Beastie Boys. It's gotten so much better. since
Little known
Tinder.
fact. All right, well, we're going to do our last segment of the day, which is our box of issues, where we pull a question from our audience. We get a lot of these, and we appreciate it. You guys ready? This one's from Bree, who's 22.
What's up, Bree?
So, Bree. And Bree writes, I recently matched up with a guy on a dating app, and we clicked pretty well, so I agreed to go out for drinks with him. From his pictures on his profile, he seemed pretty tall, but that wasn't the case when he arrived. This didn't bother me since I figured he was still attractive, and we still had what I thought was a good connection. However, one of the first things he said to me was, "Sorry, I'm so short." We still had drinks and talked for over an hour, but the whole time, all I could think about was that comment he made and how that chemistry we had over text didn't seem to continue in person. After the date, I decided that I probably wouldn't go out again with him because it felt like he wasn't confident with himself and that he knew his pictures were intentionally misleading. But when I've shared this with friends, they act like I'm being really shallow. Are they right, and should I give him another chance?
Okay, she has really bad friends because good friends would have annihilated him verbally with her.
Yeah.
They would have roasted him in the group chat with her.
Yep.
Those are good friends.
It's true.
Yeah. Tyler?
Tyler, I
You
know
have a lot to say about
Tyler is going to have a lot to say about this.
Man, I got some qualms with this one. Yeah, I get the short guy on the show. This worked out perfectly.
How tall are you?
5'7", 5'8" on a good day, 5'9" with my boots on.
With your boots on. Which isn't short. But for a guy, it's on the shorter
I mean,
side.
I'd say
I've
it's
never
on
dated
the...
a guy over 5'10". No, I have. But most of the guys I've dated have been under 5'10". Like
Okay.
5'10" is tall to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's to each their own.
Yeah,
And I guess
to each
this is twofold.
Yeah.
Number one, you kind of said it with the guy. For the guy out there, Bree's talking about like he was, his pictures didn't really reveal. It's kind of hard as a guy to like, hey, I'm tall. Like you don't go stand next to a fucking statue.
Well, no, you
Yeah.
just put it in your fucking
It's just-
description.
A lot of dating apps, people will
6'5".
say, I'm so-and-so
I'm
height.
Yeah.
6'5".
I find that more with girls will say that in dating apps.
Really?
At least when I look at profile pics, like I don't know what guys are putting on there. But
do you,
I
though?
don't list my height because it shouldn't fucking matter. And for this guy out there, what the
defensive there.
What the fuck is wrong with you to think that why would you ever apologize for anything that you have physically?
The fact that that's the first comment he made, it's like he knew he was intentionally misleading.
I don't think that's
that.
misleading. I think it's insecurity with this guy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think like it should matter whatsoever. Like I know for me personally, not to be like, hey, I'm some fucking Casanova, but I've been around and I've dated pretty much every race. I've dated taller women, shorter, bigger. It doesn't really matter to me. And my whole point with it is not to be like, oh, that's fucking cool that I did that. But it's like if you walk into a bakery and there's all these goods in the bakery. Do you just go into the bakery and just say, I want that one cookie specifically for
yeah, I'm
every
very
time
picky.
I go into the bakery?
You're like,
all right, well, some people are. For me, I'm like, everything in here will taste good. Pound cake is going to taste good.
But
The Thin
sometimes you're
Mints are
only
going
in
to
the
be
mood
good.
for a croissant.
I think if you just shut yourself down to those things, like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So for the short guy, I think he had more of a problem with the girl being taller than him. And I think that's more on him than anything else. She clearly said, I think, like, she didn't really
So you
care.
think he's projecting his insecurities?
I think he's projecting his insecurities and that he's short. Like, don't fucking apologize for any of that. That's ridiculous.
Sure.
So on the other side, with the girlfriends and stuff, I don't think she's being shallow at all.
No.
How is she being shallow? I don't
She
understand
also didn't
that.
say that it was his height that bothered her. It was
the connection.
It was
his
a connection,
lack of
like
confidence.
his lack of confidence, exactly. So like, first of all, fuck this guy, or like, hey, don't be insecure. Like that's ridiculous. Don't apologize for being
Yeah.
like what
Yeah.
you are physically. That's insane.
And I think that 9 times out of 10, the connection you have with someone over text before